Good afternoon, and welcome to another live stream broadcast of Jackson Hole High School sports. This time switching over to basketball. Last time we joined you, we were on the football field. We're in the basketball court now, live from Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium, awaiting the start of what has become a tradition opener, a home and home with the Teton Timberwolves. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Kimmy K, and the action brought to you by Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store. The town square inns of Jackson Hole, including the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, and 49er Inn and Suites. Big O Tires, a reputation you can ride on in the Target Plaza. WYDOT, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, keeping our highways safe. And Blue Spruce Cleaners, green, affordable, convenient, and friendly dry cleaning service. Well, we're excited for this one as the freshman JVs have all finished up what they're doing. We got the JV boys out there on the court now, and let's start. We'll turn our attention first with the girls. It's going to be girls, boys, back-to-back when we get going. And as far as the girls matchup, we're seeing some new faces, not as much maybe on the boys' side of things, but the girls, there'll be new faces on both sides of the ball. Teton will begin with the Teton Valley Lady Timberwolves, and over in Teton, they've graduated, just a whole bunch of all-star players. Last year, Reese Coons, Morgan Johnson, Grace Hogan, Melissa Bagley, Cece Martinez, they're all gone. Tatum Strite, Kenley Brown from days of yore, gone. So how do you reload? It's going to be difficult. There's head coach, I think it's head coach. There's one new face I still don't know, whether it's Coach Hogan or head coach Andrea Joyce. We'll have to see. Does it say on your super sheet? Patrick Hogan, okay.
Joyce was actually doing
yeah. Head coach, I don't have you on because you were yelling about the game. Head coach Pat Hogan. All right, good deal. Teton Lady Timberwolves off to an 8-0 start. So even though I say this is not one of their best teams, it's pretty darn good. Their ball movement in the half court is exceptional. They will find the open man. So it's one good thing that our Lady Braves or our Lady Bronx will not be playing zone, because I think this Lady Timberwolf team would pick apart a zone. We're going to man up. We'll hear more about that later. But Gracie Kincaid, Cadence Hansen are a couple you got to watch out for. They lead this Teton team along with Abigail Barkdale in scoring. They still got some weapons for sure. Over on the Teton side of the ball, the girls are good. Meanwhile, our girls vastly improved, Kimmy. They're much better than last year.
I got to say, I'm so excited. After watching the JV girls play and going over there watching the freshman girls play, I'm excited. I'm excited for the girls' game.
Well, new head coach Olivia Bingham, who has been on the bench for years, so she's not new to the girls. She's a familiar face. She takes over the program. The girls have begun the season 0-3, and I don't think we need to belabor the point that they're looking for that first elusive win in now 59 some odd tries. I didn't count them all going back, but these girls have not won in a long, long time, one of the longer losing streaks. But they're better than last year, and I know it's easy to say because you can't get much worse. But they're already in 3 games looking better. They're looking, the upperclassmen are looking more confident. Zoe Bosch is looking more poised and relaxed. Lucy Webb as well. And then you got some newcomers, Ari Fowler and Olive Firmanek, that are going to be real exciting and push this team. Those 2 sophomores. There's reasons for hope. There's reason to feel real good about the Lady Bronx this year. Now, do they have a chance against Teton? Boy, I don't know. This is still a really good Teton team, but the Jackson girls are vastly improved. You'll see it on the floor. You'll see it in the product when they get going this season. But that'll be the game starting on just a little bit. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with head coach Olivia Bingham in just a moment. Right after these, you're enjoying the Bronx Pregame Show on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
To live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Well, I asked head coach of the Jackson girls program, the Jackson Lady Bronx, Olivia Bingham, about some of her goals. Are we going to see a drastic change from the Sean Shockley era? She inherits a team, obviously, that was winless last season, winless the season before, and what are your main goals taking over the program? And this is some of the things that Olivia talked about. And in talking with the team, she shared with us before we went on the air.
And one of the things that they really asked for was just, we want to have fun, go with what we have, and just enjoy our last hurrah. Like, we know that we are not the strongest basketball players. We know that we're going to be challenged all the way through, but we want to know that we're going to work hard. We want to be able to have fun, feel really positive about what we're doing and the decisions we're making, and being able to, like, one of their requests was, we just want to be able to make it through an entire game running full court press, being man-to-man and just nonstop. And so I was like, okay. So we've really tried to build in a lot of, like, opportunities to work on our speed and our conditioning. We've tried to build in just some more camaraderie of trying to mentor one another, like what it takes to have fun, what it takes to keep that mental, emotional, positive side, even though you're getting killed on the floor.
You notice Coach Bingham, Kimmy, didn't talk a lot about X's and O's. Like, we want to run a lot of 2-3 zone. We want to teach the girls to throw screens and picks or do this. She's keeping it real simple. She's like, I want you to enjoy the game, number one, because, boy, you've been going out every night and getting creamed. And sometimes these girls score single-digit points. And so it can be demoralizing. So she's starting from the beginning, like, I want you to still love basketball. I want you to
like, just
come
go
to
out and
practice.
have fun. Like, we're not looking to go win the state championship. We're just looking to play basketball and have a girls team. You want to be here to be entertained. Like, it's been fun watching these girls, watching them grow. So, yeah.
She's set achievable goals, and it appears she has some buy-in with the team. Here's Coach Bingham again for the Jackson Lady Bronx.
Well, and they're strong. They've taken what we've been given in the years past, and they're just like, I got to be stronger, I got to be better. But it's the overall aspect, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, like our stability and our consistency to be that. And we said it, like our coaching staff, we're like, we can't be the voice of reason on the floor. We can't be the ones leading this team to it. It has to come from within. And when I met with our upperclassmen and our varsity team, I said, you make what you want. And it comes from trusting one another. It comes from communicating with one another. It comes from happy times with one another, bad times with one another. It's conflict. So we're like, whatever you want, it's got to come from within. I can't give you this set plan that's going to work. If there is no, like, written handbook of, like, this is what's going to fix this team, it is literally what the girls want to make it, and it's going to come out great because it comes from them.
Yeah,
and they're going to be happy with what they have accomplished.
A lot of coaches say that, Kimmy. They say, you know, on day one, especially new coaches, they say it's not going to be me that creates your identity. It's not going to be me that that's going to give you, motivation, whatever you find what motivates. This kind of stuff has to come out of the locker room. It's got to come from a senior, usually leadership. You got to make this. You got to build it,
Well,
kids.
and you're right. Like, Olivia's been here. So it's not like, she's the new head varsity coach, but she's been a part of the program for a while. She knows these kids. And so a little bit, when you have a new coach coming in, they're trying to get to know the girls, and she knows them. She's seen the struggle that they've done. She's seen the girls that were here and that have graduated already that helped try to build and give their whole heart. So she knows that part. Like, it really, so that part of, as a coach, getting to know your team, she already gets to skip that part. She knows the girls. And so I think we're going to see these girls have fun. I think we're going to see them connect. They've had great coaches in the past that have given them some tools that they need. But again, with a new coach, she's been here, so she knows these girls. That's a good, you know what I mean? Like, she's not building a relationship with them to teach, to coach them. She's already got a relationship with most of them. So now it's to get them to build that relationship as a team, depend on one another, go out there and have fun and play basketball.
She did mention that she's known these girls since they were this little, teaching elementary school. She's known them for a long time, so she knows what would motivate them. And she knows she's also seen something about them that we've seen through all the losses. This team has no quit in them, and she talked about their resilience. Here's more of Coach Bingham.
I don't want to be known, and the girls don't want to be known for the team that walked away from a really tough competition defeated. Like, we want to know that we put our best out there and that we played from first quarter all the way to fourth quarter, and we're going to take whatever people throw at us and go for it. Like, we had a couple of people who were like, I can't believe they pressed you guys at our first tournament in Riverton all 4 quarters. Like, they did not let go. And I was like, I would hate to think that they would let go, because that means we're not worth the competition. So I'm like, we're going to take whatever we did there and we're going to apply it to this week. And then whatever we take from this week, we're going to apply it to the next week. And we're just going to keep building and making our foundation just stronger and stronger as we go through. I mean, that's all we need. And the girls, we haven't had a running clock on us at all. And I mean, that right there was one of the goals. They didn't want to have a running clock. We did not want to get so blown out in our first 4 or 5 games that we had a running clock, and we've done that. And so it's just ways to build. So, but walking into Teton this weekend, we've got to shut down the steals. Number 11, Hanson, the majority of her points are on steals. And so if we can shut that down, I think we honestly have a good, solid chance, and we're going to be competitive.
You heard Coach Bingham mention number 11. I think she meant number 12.
She said Hanson, but I'm going to guess she means Cadence.
Now, there are 2 Hansons. She might have split the difference between the younger Adeline and the older Cadence. But Cadence, yes, is a steal machine. If you aren't careful with the ball, it'll be in her hands before long. I think she meant Cadence, but she knows who the dangerous parts are. Coach Bingham knows what it's going to take to beat these Teton Timberwolves. She talked about the game plan against Teton, what we can expect the Lady Broncs to throw out there on the floor, and I'll give you the keys to the game. We'll do that when we come back. More of the pregame show right here on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports.
The fastest internet in Jackson is coming your way. For a limited time, Silver Light Fiber Network is constructing fiber internet to homes in Jackson for free. Pick between 4 internet providers and swap at any time. See if you're in Silver Light's current area and check out which neighborhood is next at silverlight-fiber.com.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download WYDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
We're here at Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium, and the season opener, I'm going to call it. The girls have been, both girls and boys have been playing basketball.
They've been tournaments.
At some of the tournaments, yes. I'm calling this officially a season game. But not yet conference play, obviously. This is a home-and-home with Teton. We get them here. Then we take that long Christmas break while the girls continue to play a little bit. They'll go to a tournament, I think, in Idaho Falls. And then when we will come back, we'll be over there in Driggs, Idaho, to return the favor and play that home-and-home with the Teton Lady Timberwolves. How do you beat this Teton team? I said this isn't the Teton teams of old when it comes to the girls. There were years, the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years maybe going back, where you could take you could tell me, find the 5 best conference girl basketball players in all of Idaho. Give me the all-conference team, the all-state team.
They hadn't been many players.
All 5 of them would have come off of Teton. I mean, they were unbelievable. And they were not fun to play, even if you had a good team to go up against them. They were a buzzsaw. This is not that caliber of a team, but they're still very, very good. They do some things well. Their ball movement is exceptional. And if you're going to sleep on the man you're guarding, they're going to find the open player, and the ball's going to be in her hands. They move the ball around really well. Some of the challenges Coach Bingham talked about on how to beat these Teton Lady Timberwolves.
Right now, defense, the girls really want to stick to their man. And eventually we may shift depending on who's shooting and who gets hot, and then kind of make those adjustments. But for us, we really want to be able to go to man and then potentially kind of put a little trap in there to shut down some of their high scorers and see how we function in double teaming a couple of those shooters that really are aggressive, and how we can kind of help with the help defense. And then with offense, we really want to stay active and shot ready. So we've been working on flex. We've been working on some motion plays. We've been working on, if they run a zone on us, which Teton, I doubt, is going to run any sort of zone on us. They may, but in the majority of their 7, 8 games, they've manned everyone, and that's all they've run.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of zone out of the Timberwolves. I think they'll do it just to practice it, but we'll see. Playing man all game, that's tough. It's tiring. We'll see how the conditioning of these girls is. My keys to the game, really, for these opening games for boys and girls, is keys to the season. It's not so much what I think is going to win this game against Teton, but what I think the girls need to work on to develop themselves this season, and that's develop confidence. That's the biggest thing. I mean, any coach will say that. That one's easy to say, but for this team especially, they have not won in the last 59 tries. That's how long the losing streak is. How can you be confident when you haven't won in that long? Well, you got to manufacture confidence. You don't have much to build on. It goes a long way into shooting. Any of the great shooters will tell you, well, how do you make your shots? They'll tell you, well, it's not having my feet set or my shoulders square or the way I flick the wrist. It's knowing the shot's going to go in when it rolls off your fingers. You've got to know it and believe it. And it's just a confidence thing. And what 15, 16, 17-year-old teenage girl could use confidence? Sometimes they have a sugar high and it's way up here. Sometimes it's crashingly low. I just want to see these girls build some confidence for their shooting and for the rest of their life. That would be my key to the season for these young ladies, and I'm excited to get the season kicked off here officially.
Amen.
As we watch both teams, I have I'm not digging my color balance. Here's the comparison between the two cameras. I'm all messed up as you watch the girls get ready. We're getting ready for the starting lineups. We'll let the girls introduce themselves, and we'll be right back with a start.
Ari Fowler, sophomore. Ashland Chamberlain, Jr. Olive Fermanac, Sophomore. Hayden Blog, Jr.
Gianluca Garcia, Senior.
Zoe Bosch, Jr.
Allison Bircham, Senior.
Lucy Webb, Senior. Mads Holland, Senior. Shiloh Nava, Senior. Trinity Green, Jr. Kat Ankeny, Senior. Father Ronald, Jr.
Holland's going to sing the national anthem, so that's a special treat. Let me get the camera on her and we'll get ready.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yeah, good job, Mads. You'll see her doing her basketball thing here in just a moment. We're ready to go here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. As the Teton Timberwolves of the Jackson Bronx get it on yet again in what's become a little bit of a rivalry, an over-the-hill rivalry. Starting lineups. Hallie Brown gets the start. That's Kinley Brown's younger sister. She's a freshman. Jimmy Williamson for Teton. Who else they got? Jimmy Williamson, yeah, the sophomore. Adelaide.
Caitlin Zog went out there.
Okay. And now the starting lineup for your Jackson Lady Browns.
Sophomore number 0,
Ari Fowler gets the start just like her older brother AJ. She's a three-point specialist, 5'9" shooting guard.
Oh, she
Olive
looks taller than
Fermanac
5'9".
At 5'10", she's the inside presence. She's pretty good hands, too. She's a good ball stealer. Zoe Bosch, the junior, 5'4" junior, gets the start.
Lucy Webb.
Lucy Webb, 5'4" senior. And Mads Hollins, the 5'7" senior, and the top rebounder on the team. So that's your starting five. Jackson in their home whites. Teton in the road crimson, trimmed in kind of an orange thing, right? Sort of. I'm not the best color guy. Look at our cameras are don't even match.
It's more like maroon and orange.
Maroon and orange. Okay, I'll go with that. And, who else? It is Caitlin Zog who gets the start. Jimmy Williamson, Hallie Brown, the freshman.
Ooh.
And to take the tip, Adeline Hansen, the 5'9" sophomore. And it's going to be Olive Fermanac that gets the first points for Jackson. The Bronx up 2-0 early. Nice job finding Fermanac. Out Teton with the ball at the left wing. It's Adeline Hansen. Now hands to Caitlin Zog. Now stolen away. This is going to be Zoe Bosch coming the other way for Jackson. Fakes the shot. Finds some room for herself. And the put shot went up no good. But it's off the hands of Hallie Brown and out of bounds. Jackson will retain possession. Lady Bronx with a 2-0 lead here early against the Teton Lady Timberwolves. Just underway. There's Ari Fowler. Long three is too strong. Out of bounds. That's off Mads Holland. It'll be Teton ball. 2-0 with a minute and a half gone here in the first. Teton inbounds, bringing the ball up is the freshman Hallie Brown across the timeline. Picked up by Fowler. Whips one to Adeline Hansen. Hansen over to Caitlin Zog. Zog dribbles down the paint. Now finds underneath Hallie Brown. That was a nice pass. And then Brown got contacted pretty hard along the baseline. That's going to be a foul. Who's that on?
I don't think that was a foul.
Oh, just knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
All right. Jimmy Williamson will inbounds. Oh, finds a wide open Adeline Hansen. That was too easy. Adeline, the sophomore, just puts it up and in. I'm not sure where older sister Cadence is yet, and I don't see her on the bench. Is Jackson almost steal? Fernanek.
Jackson did steal.
Shot from Bosch is too short. I'm still trying to figure my scoreboard deal out where I want to put it. Sorry. All right, Jimmy Williamson on the far elbow. Stolen away by Lucy Webb. Lucy's going to go 1-on-3. Is she going to try? Yes, she is. Her shot is no good. Good defense getting back by Reagan Moss. Up ahead, and that pass stolen. A little too soft. And taken away by Zoe Bosch. She's going to slow things down now. Waits for everybody to take up position. Bosch flicks it far side of Fowler. Fowler inside to Webb. Right back out to Mads Holland. Her shot too strong. And it's rebound on the backside by Hallie Brown. Hallie Brown hit this near elbow. Fowler on her playing good defense. And kicks it out to Jimmy Williamson. Williamson back to Brown. Brown runs into Bosch, and her feet were not set. She's going to get the reach in there. Her first, team first. Still tied at 2 with 5:45 to go, and it's Hallie Brown trying the left block there. Fowler is right with her, and yeah, we get the travel. I thought so. It looked a little funky there. A lot of steps, not enough bouncing. And Hallie Brown turns it over for Teton. Jackson ball tied at 2. Full court pressure here from Teton. Almost knocked away. Jackson gets over the line. This is Olive Fermanek. Cross court to Webb. Lucy Webb working on her is Reagan Moss. Webb, it spins away on the baseline. Bounce pass to Fermanek. What a beautiful pass, but Olive can't finish. Oh, my. That was some kind of bounce pass from Lucy Webb. There's a drive and hands on Reagan Moss, and she's going to go to the – I don't know if she was shooting, though.
That was against
It's going to be
Mads.
on Holland, yeah. And they're going to say no. Moss was not in the act of shooting. So second foul on Teton. Quick inbounds pass, and the shot no good. Rebound, though, pulled down by Zog up. That one won't go, but the Teton Timberwolves just hitting the boards hard. Jackson's got to box out better. 4-2 now. Teton, they're pressing again. Webb to Bosch. Calmly dribbles her way out of the double team. Picks up another double team trap. She's going to run out of time here.
Shoot.
And she does. Yeah, you got to get the ball across the timeline in 10 seconds. It just took too long. And I like the patience Zoe showed, but then patience only, about 5 seconds worth. Then you got to light the fire there, Zoe. Hallie Brown with it now for Teton, up 4-2. To Reagan Moss. Far side, poke loose by Fermanek for a moment. That shot no good. Nicely contested by Holland and Webb. And it's out of bounds. Teton ball. Timberwolves up 4-2. Right now, Jackson hanging every bit with him, but Cadence Hansen is not on the floor, and she's the game changer. Their fake shot by Adeline. She puts it up, no good. Mads Holland with the rebound. Gets it to Bosch. Cross court near side here to Fermanek. Fermanek got to let a three go. Good! Or sorry, that's Fowler. Ari Fowler drills it And it's 5-4. Jackson in the lead now with 4:10 to go in the first. Reagan Moss pulls up the dribble, works it inside of Hanson. She lost the handle, but it's going to be off of Lady Bronc.
Yeah, off her body.
Teton ball. Jackson retaking the lead with the big three from Ari Fowler. And we're going to see a bunch of that. And that's, speaking of game changers, she's a game changer. Fowler brings something the Lady Broncs haven't had in a long time, and that's ability to get back into a game quickly. There's a three from Reagan Moss to answer, and it's 7-5. Fermanek loses the handle. She just kind of tripped over the feet of Hanson, and no call. I think it was all accidental. Olive just lost the handle. I think she stepped on the foot of Adeline Hanson.
That should be a trip.
You're
she
responsible.
Got tripped.
You're responsible for your own feet there, Adeline. Reagan Moss with it now. She's the team's three-point shooter. Keep an eye on number 15, Moss. She thought about it there. Now she works it inside to Hallie Brown, but it's off the hands of a Lady Bronc. There was a lot of Lady Broncs in there. They were not going to let Hallie Brown get that pass. Now watch this inbounds. There's been a couple that have been way too easy. I don't know if Teton has a set that they use. This one they're going to have to float out up high. Better job by Jackson. Oh, there's that treble. That's that one-step thing you do. Hallie Brown got caught, the freshman, with the step as she tried to stutter step there and find herself a little room. That turnover will give Jackson the ball down 2, 7-5. Lucy Webb guarded closely by Brown. Webb pulls up her dribble. Cross court finds an open Olive Fermanek. She'll let it go. Just short rebound. Zoe Bosch up and in. Oh, 7-7. Bosch right there on the backside with a rebound and the putback. Reagan Moss with it now for Teton. Driving the left block. Runs into Mads Holland. Lost the handle momentarily. Gets it back and puts it up and in. Reagan Moss averaging 2.5 points a game, and she's got 2 right there. 9-7 Teton with 2:45 left in the first. Bosch to Fermanek. Fermanek works her way in. That was a nice job weaving her way between 3 timber walls, but her shot was off the mark. And now we get wholesale changes for Teton.
That was good because I thought that was a foul on Mads.
Clara Nijkamp in the game. Abigail Barkdell, who gives the size to Teton. She's 5'8", and their top rebounder. Well, they do have some players, but I'm not sure where Cadence Hanson is. That's a break for Teton, believe me, to not have her here. This is Abigail Barkdell here. Pulls up. She gets triple team, but finds a wide open Nijkamp. Clara pulls up her dribble, gives back to Barkdell. Barkdell attracting a lot of attention, and I think Jackson has recognized number 11 as somebody you don't want to let loose. This is her now with Fowler on her. Gets a nice screen, lets it fly from the left elbow. No good. Rebound Fowler, but she loses it to Barkdell, who loses it out of bounds. 9-7 Teton, 2:10 to go the first. And the season home opener for Jackson. Ari Fowler, this is the first time Jackson's got a look at his hometown girls. Mads Holland pass to Lucy Webb. Tracks it down, runs baseline, step down. Boy, I like Lucy Webb. I don't remember that from last year. Her work along the baseline. She finds room where there is no room.
I think she did that last year, too.
But she found the out of bounds there as Nijkamp gives it to Moss, and she gets smothered by Bosch and Webb. It'll be a jump ball. Checking in for her first action is Allison Burcham, replacing the sophomore Olive Fermanek. And they're going to say, they called a jump ball. They're going to say some kind of foul with a reaching in. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're talking about. On the floor for the Broncs, it's Fowler, Burcham, Bosch, Webb, and Holland. For Teton, it's Nijkamp, Barkdell.
Are we switching who we're giving the ball to? Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't like where the arrow was pointing. I don't know.
Maybe they forgot to switch it. Trust
Maybe.
me, I've been on that side of it. We do forget sometimes.
Just under 2 to go. Jackson down to 9-7. Bosch and Webb pitch and catch in the backcourt. No pressure from Teton. They're in the zone, the 2-3 zone, it looks like, trying to trap. And they force a turnover. Pass up ahead to Nijkamp, left-handed layer, no good. But following up on the play with a rebound is Maya Orduño, who missed her rebound try, but she was fouled.
And that would be on Zoe Bosch, her second.
Bosch's second, not good news. And the team third, it'll send to the line Orduño. She's 2 for 4 from the charity stripe this season by our stats, and she's a little short with that one. Maya, 5'10", junior. Sees quality minutes off the bench. Her second try, that won't go either. Fowler attempted the rebound, but I think Barkdale knocked it out, yes. We'll say that's off the hands of Abigail Barkdale. It'll be Jackson ball. A little bit of pressure here, token pressure. Is Clara Nijkamp trying to sense if anything might come loose, but no. Bosch now is over the half court. Bosch is signaling for somebody. She wanted a pick from Mads Holland, and that's the kind of poise I see in Zoe, where she's able to dribble between 3 players as she's using her free hand to tell her other players what to do. Like, go over here, do that. I mean, that is next-level basketball. Zoe showing some handles. Ari Fowler puts up a long one. That's off front rim, no good. Reagan Moss with the board. Moss with Burcham on her. Crossover dribble, now drives the right lane and reaching in. Oh, no, is that going to be Zoe again? It is, and she's got 3. They got to go get her.
3 in our first quarter.
That's all for Zoe Bosch. Trinity Green will check in on the next buzzer. To the line is Reagan Moss. She is a 2 for 2 from the line this year. Makes it a perfect 3 for 3. And it's 10 to 7. And that is Bosch getting the little bit of a break with the 3 fouls. Ready to check back in is Jimmy Williamson for Teton. Here's the second of 2 from Reagan Moss. She's got that one as well. She's perfect from the line so far this season. And it's 11 to 7 with 1:20 to go. Inbounds from Lucy Webb. Fires it to Burcham, back to Lucy. You don't have your ball handler here now, so Teton knows that. They're starting to press a little harder. But Jackson's over the line. Lucy Webb with it now. Lucy Webb's your default ball handler when Zoe's not on the floor. Bounce pass to Holland. Mads tracks the loose ball down. No, she doesn't. Now she's in a pile of girls. Her, Trinity Green, and Maya Orduño. And they're going to say it's Teton ball. Traveling because you're rolling around on the ground, maybe?
Yeah, they moved a little too much.
Just under a minute to go. Timberwolves with the ball now. It's Clara Nijkamp. Flicks one here near side to Barkdale. She hands it back to Nijkamp. Cross court looking to return the favor to Clara, but getting a hand on it was Trinity Green knocking it out of bounds. It'll still be Teton ball, but good job by Green to say no. Let me see that pass coming. Inbounds pass from Williamson. That gets knocked down and out of bounds off the hands of Mads Holland. Still Teton ball. Got to be careful with these underneath your own basket inbounds. Jackson has been victimized twice. Once for points, the other time the shot was missed. Barkdale loses the handle, another pile up. And that'll be a jump ball, I believe, with Lucy Webb and Abigail Barkdale.
Oh, if
it'll still
Ari was turned around, she probably could have grabbed that ball.
Teton ball still Jimmy Williamson. Works it inside. Now all the way out, they'll set up a play. This is Clara Nijkamp, the senior. Hands off to Brown. Now a long one is short from Nijkamp, and a good rebound by Fowler. Ari Fowler up ahead finds Trinity Green. Left-handed layer is good. Are you kidding me? Woo! Trinity Green with an impossible shot. I thought she was in too deep. With 10 seconds to go now. There's Hallie Brown, stutter step, drives the left-hand lane, left shot no good. Rebound on the backside, up and in. Maya Orduno right at the buzzer. What a shot. What a good job by Orduno. And let me see if I've got that Trinity Green replay
I don't know because the
here.
camera
No.
operator was terrible, too. I
Don't
forgot to
worry.
go down.
I've also not mastered the art of replay either.
Yeah, that looked like that was from the boys' game.
I know. It's terrible. Let's take a look in on the bench here at the Bronx. So, wow, some interesting stuff. I mean, Ari Fowler is playing some ball. She's been rebounding, hit a three. Trinity Green with that bucket right there at the end. I love what I see out of Zoe Bosch, but she's in trouble with fouls. There's a lot of cool things going on with these Lady Bronx. I mean, they got 9 points in 8 minutes. They didn't used to do that.
I'm excited.
Teton up 13-9 after one as we move to the second quarter.
Or period. Are they called periods or quarters? I can't remember now. Like they switched.
Both. You just wouldn't call hockey, you wouldn't call those quarters because you only have 3 of them. Any sport that has 4 periods or 4 sections, you can call it a quarter or a period. Okay, we're still Teton wearing their road maroons. What did you say it was?
Maroon and orange.
They're moving right to left. Jackson in their home whites trimmed in black and orange, moving left to right. Inbounds pass to Ari Fowler. And her pass intended for Burcham or Green is poked out of bounds, but by a Teton player. Oh, I know what I did wrong.
Oh, good.
I think. Possibly.
I shouldn't have. I was scared it would work on you. I was watching the game and I didn't pull the camera over, so I think I might have almost missed it.
Well,
I got it when this basket went in, so if you would have hit it, you would have got something.
I'm able to do replays. Sorry, I'm like not watching the game as I figure out why I can't master replays. Now, I think I know why now. All right, Ari Fowler up ahead. Lucy Webb. That's knocked out of bounds by Nightcamp. Yes, it is. Referees agree. It'll be Jackson ball. Webb will inbound. 7:24 to go in the second. Jackson down 4, 13-9. We'll get our first look at Shayla Nava. I'll get these names right. It's my first game, too. As Burcham checks out, Shayla Nava, the 5'6" senior in. Webb, bounce pass inside to Holland. She telegraphed that a little bit. It'll be a jump ball as Abigail Barkdale tied up with Mads. Lucy Webb wanted Mads Holland no matter what, and it wasn't open. Barkdale saw it. Meanwhile, he had Nava wide open here, but Lucy was intent on that bounce pass inside, which I love. She's a heck of a bounce passer, but it's just everybody saw it coming.
Yeah.
Here's Abigail Barkdale, long top of the key, 3, too short. And the rebound scooped up by Trinity Green. Hands off to Fowler. Ari over the line. She lost the handle. She looked up momentarily. It's stolen away by Abigail Barkdale, but her layup won't go. Whew. And a good rebound from Maya Orduno. They keep it alive. Long 3 again. That rattles in and out from Barkdale. Gets her own rebound, and now she's trampled by Trinity Green.
No, I think it's Mads.
Oh.
It was Mad Holland.
Okay, Well, Jackson has got to take it. Coming out of the game is Clara Nijkamp. She took an elbow to the mouth. She's bleeding. It's a rough game, kids, basketball. She'll go out and get repaired. Barkdale is going to sit. We'll get our Caitlin Zog back in the ball game for Teton. Reagan Moss back in there as well for the T-Wolves. Foul trouble for Jackson maybe mounting. They have 5 team fouls now.
Yeah. Well, no. There's a new rule. It restarts every period.
Oh, that's weird.
No, it's not.
Did I know that?
Yeah, it started that way last year.
I can't get used to change. That's not the way it's always been.
No, it's not, but it's how it was last year.
Inbounds pass. There it is. Jackson's just given up too many of those. Adeline Hansen pours it in, and that was a gimme. They've got to do a better job of making sure the inbounds pass doesn't come from to anyone standing in the paint. Here's Ari Fowler on the right block,
Ooh.
and good defensive job by Caitlin Zog. Fowler's going to get another try, though, and can't
Rebound
make that.
that
Mads
ball.
Holland with a backdoor rebound. Holland going to take it all by herself, and that shot's blocked. Rebound, no, but a foul. Good.
Yeah.
Maya Orduno right now is playing some defense for Teton. What a shot blocker. But Trinity Green will go to the line as her rebound attempt was also blocked.
Yeah, she rebounded. Oh,
And
nice shot,
Green,
Trinity.
nothing but net there. It's 15-10, and don't look now, but the Jackson Bronx are in double digits in the
Funny,
first half.
I've watched Trinity's younger sisters all play basketball. This is my first time watching Trinity play basketball.
Trinity's off the mark with that one. So 15-10, 5-point lead for the Lady Wolves, 6:15 to go in the half. Jimmy Williamson inbounds. It's that's Reagan Moss. Near side is Zog. Caitlin Zog sneaks one inside Orduno. Her shot no good. Rebound is Olive Firmanek. Gets it over to Lucy Webb. Jackson just trying to buy time here with Zoe Bosch on the bench. She is crucial as that pass from Webb sails over the hands of Trinity Green. Too hot, too high, and out of bounds. Teton ball turnover by the Jackson Lady Bronx. Whenever Zoe is sitting, it's difficult to get the offense going. She is your handles for the Bronx, and without her, it's tough.
Oh,
Nice reach in, tie up, yeah.
all right, nice job.
And a good job by Ari Fowler to identify a moment where she could reach in and tie that ball up. Arrow favors the black and orange. And the Lady Bronx have the ball. A little bit of pressure here from Teton. They back off now as Webb gets it to Fowler. Fowler cross court to Green. Trinity Green going to drive left side. Left-handed layer, no good. Rebound off the hands. Ooh, they're going to say off Jackson. I thought might have been touched by Adeline Hansen a little bit.
A few people don't like that over there in the stands either.
5:43 to go in the half. Teton up 5. They have it. Oh, nice move by Moss. She lost the handle. Webb after the loose ball. Still loose on the ground. There is another jump
I just
ball.
caught jump ball because, man, there was a lot of bodies on the ground.
Trinity Green tied up with Reagan Moss. They were both on the floor. And, yeah, I mean, Jackson Lady Bronx have always been a scrapping kind of team. If there's a loose ball, somebody's going to be diving for it. Teton, there's a handoff to Zog. Zog picked up by Madeline Holland. Now far side, and the ball knocked out of bounds, out of the hands of Cadence. That's not Cadence Hansen. Who is that over there?
What number is it?
15, sorry. Reagan Moss.
Reagan Moss.
Yeah, we still have not seen a
Maybe
12.
she's sick. It's that time of the year.
I know. She might have the flu. It's like going to. Ooh, that was a heavy collision between Reagan Moss and Mads Holland. Both get up. Both look okay. It's going to be on Mads. They're going to say she was not set. Blocking
That's Mads'
foul.
thirds, too.
Yeah,
we got two of our
There'll
top
be
girls.
There'll be a substitution. Kat Ankeny, her first action. She comes in for Mads Holland. And a baseline jumper. That's a 3 is good. Who was that?
I didn't see because I was
17-10. Well, they're going to say, yeah, there's the 18. And now a steal by Maya Orduno. And then watch out from behind. There's the push. That was not necessary. Ari Fowler with a little bit of push on the back. The player, I think it was Jimmy Williamson. I forget who that was. But she kind of slowed up, and Fowler was following her and just shoved her. There's another 3. Reagan Moss drains one. And it's 21-10 now as Teton starting to pull away. Ari Fowler, the left-hand block. Her shot no good. Rebound Orduno. She hands off to Haley Brown. Brown down the left block. Trinity Green on her. Now the double team. Coughs it up. Orduno tracks down the loose change. Wide open on the far side is Zog. And it's good. 23-10. Caitlin Zog with the easy 10-footer. Lucy Webb working on Williamson. Gets a nice pick from Green. Baseline pass to Ankeny. Her shot is blocked out of bounds. Cat was a little slow putting it up, and Reagan Moss got there and knocked it out. And right now, Teton likes what they see. They're going to call a timeout. We'll go as well. With 4:07 to go in the half, it's Teton 23, Jackson 10.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Time it was?
Back. What's the matter? Back to it. 4:07 to go in the half. 23-10. What?
You kept the camera on the bench. So I was doing work, and they were watching the bench, not this camera.
Okay.
So for the last 5 minutes, you've been on the bench.
Well, good thing I was talking. You wouldn't know anything that was going on. Zoe Bosch back in there as Coach Bingham can't help it. She needs Bosch on the floor. Lucy Webb with a three-point try for the top of the key, and that's off the mark. So with an even 4 minutes to go, the turnover on the missed shot, Teton ball. Lady T-Wolves once again started the season now 8-0. They're on an 8-game win streak. Their game with North Fremont canceled last night. Fremont canceled that game. They lost a couple of players. Long Zoe Bosch try off the back of the iron. Trinity Green tracks down the rebound. Bounce pass to Webb. Jackson keeps it alive. Lucy, top of the key, resets into Kat Ankeny. Ankeny drives the right block. Thought about Webb, but a good job to pull that down. It wasn't there. Now she gives it to Green. Trinity looking inside for Furmanek, but a good hand there from Orduño. She has been impossible to do anything around. But another turnover, and Zoe Bosch has it with 3:10 to go. Orduño has been a real problem defensively. There's a travel on Bosch, and that'll turn things over to Teton. Checking in for Adeline Hansen, it's going to be Clara Nykamp back in the game. Thin bench for the Lady T-Wolves, just the three players I see down there. Without Cadence Hansen. Teton ball now, pitch and catch in the backcourt. Nykamp has it. Nykamp watched by Webb, inside to Orduño. Triple teamed, and Green just rips it away. I would want to see them play a little more on that one, as Green just reached in and took it away. It was a good triple team. Orduño had nowhere to go, and Trinity said, I'll take this thing while you're thinking about it. Just ripped that ball out of her hands, but that was a quick whistle for the jump. Zoe Bosch with it now. 2:41, reach in, and boy, that poking it loose. That was some contact there as Reagan Moss reached in and knocked it loose. Kat Ankeny will check it. We're right in the middle of play here. Hold on. Okay.
No.
Ankeny in for Trinity Green. Inbounds pass, Bosch to Mads Holland. Both Bosch and Holla with 3 fouls apiece here in the first half, so they got to play carefully. Nykamp back in there with some Kleenex shoved up her nose to stop that bloody nose from leaking. There's another reach in. This time they're going to whistle it. Reagan Moss with some handsy hands. Knocked that out of bounds, and they're going to get her with a foul. That's the team's second, her first. Bosch to inbounds right in front of the scorer's table. Bosch to Lucy Webb. Webb being watched by Reagan Moss. Webb gets a pick, now working out Williamson. Hands back over to Zoe Bosch. Now it's Lucy Webb. Webb, what did she do wrong? They didn't like the way she dribbled.
That was Bosch.
Oh.
I thought, that's her fourth. They gave that to Zoe. Oh, fall out in the first half.
Was she pushing off?
I guess so.
Oh, I didn't see that at all.
Me neither, but obviously the refs did.
We got to get a little deeper in the bench. I don't have a number 20 if you want to help me out with that for Jackson. Jackson's got a big old bench of girls.
Sophia Vasquez Baez.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
I can't read it. I can't read.
Long
my
shot there. Good. That's Reagan Moss, and I think that was from Freeland. It was. Wow. Reagan Moss right now leading all scores. 2 minutes to go. Inside pass knocked away by Orduño, but getting it back is Firmanek.
All right.
Up and in. Good job by Olive to stay with it. As Orduño, anybody around her. And right now, Orduño and Firmanek are going at it down low. Long shot, no good. Rattles in and out by Moss. Rebound is Holland, but she's in trouble. That shot taken by Jimmy Williamson. It'll be another jump ball. Arrow favors the T-Wolves. Reagan Moss to inbounds. She does to Barkdale, right over to Orduño. Oh, and that did everything but go in. Mads Hollins with the board.
Oh, no.
And the pass intended to go back to Fowler. Hits the back board and goes out of bounds.
Trinity's back in.
Trinity Green back in the game for Jackson. Oh, yeah, watch out for these inbounds. This has been the nemesis for Jackson. Here's Williamson over to Reagan Moss with a hot hand. She runs out of real estate. They're going to say Webb got her, I think.
Yep, I think so, too. They're going to say she tripped her.
Yeah. I mean, Lucy didn't need to. Moss had nowhere to go. Lucy had pinched her out right off the baseline, and she was about to step out of bounds. Tough foul starting to pile up here for the Lady Bronx. That's off the hands of Orduño and out of bounds, I thought, but I'm the only one who thinks so. No, they are going to say Jackson ball. 26-12, Teton up with 1:20 to go in the half. Fowler inside to Holland. Holland gives into Green. Firmanek's shot is blocked by Williamson, but she got a piece. And that'll be Jimmy's first foul, team third. And to the line is going to be Olive Firmanek, the 5'10 sophomore. She's a little strong with that one, no good. Pretty good ball movement on that last possession by Jackson, but I thought two of those girls who passed had shots. And that little forced getting it to Firmanek. Just take those shots. 1:05 now left. Teton with the ball as Firmanek missed both. That shot from Abigail Bartow rattles in. Out, no good. Firmanek with a rebound. Watch out from behind. She never saw Jimmy Williamson behind her. She steals it away, pokes it to Clara Nijkamp. Nijkamp gets it to Bartow. She's out of bounds. Yes. Abigail lost the handle, and she got bumped out of bounds. It'll be Jackson ball now. Plenty of time to set up for a shot. 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Ari Fowler with it now for the home team. Picked up by Nijkamp. Finds Firmanek. And on her way to the basket, Orduño got a little bit of her. So did Williamson. You can call it on either one, really. I think Firmanek tripped over Jimmy Wilson, but there was also heavy contact from Orduño. They're going to say Jimmy. That's her third, by the way. And here comes the inbounds from Lucy Webb. Can't find anybody. Now floats it one to Firmanek. She'll try a long three. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Nijkamp. Still Jackson's ball. 35 seconds. And checking in is, I've been calling Jimmy Williamson Hallie Brown. I've been calling her Jimmy Williamson. It's Hallie Brown. Williamson to the game now. Jackson with the ball. Firmanek. Nice job to put Orduño in the air. Then walk around her, but can't get the shot to go. Really heady move by the sophomore. Orduño was ready to block that shot, but she faked it, went around her, but missed. Here's Nijkamp, baseline to Orduño, and she's bumped from behind pretty hard by Olive Firmanek. And Firmanek knew it.
You could tell by her face. She definitely knew she. I
she's
didn't.
like-
Yeah, oh yeah, that was
She said,
me.
I earned that one. Oh, yeah. She wanted that from way back when she stepped around Orduño. Maya Orduño at the line. Her first shot is no good. She's 2 for 4 on the season. Make it 2 for 5. The 5'10 junior. Her second of 2 is in, and it's 27-12. With 15 seconds, Jackson's got to hurry. Here's Olive Firmanek. Floats one to Mads Holland. Her shot, too strong. Rebound, Nijkamp. Teton coming the other way. They got numbers. Nijkamp, Euro step, left-handed layer, no good. Rebound, Mads Holland. She's out of time. 2-1, puts the shot up, and it's off the mark. That's how the half ends. Back and forth they go. And after the first half of play here in Jackson, it's Teton 27, Jackson 12. We'll be right back with a halftime show right after these. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Cashmere, silk, down, or denim, Blue Spruce Cleaners is where you take them. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager and happy to serve you in 2 locations and on the road with daily pickup and delivery service and expert tailoring on site. We offer the best in green, effective, and gentle cleaning with Green Earth Cleaning and professional laundry for your sweaters, gowns, comforters, and linens. Blue Spruce Cleaners is a recognized reduce, reuse, recycle business leader, providing green, affordable, and friendly service to our community for over 20 years. Whatever the season, whatever the reason, Blue Spruce Cleaners.
Back to Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium at the half. Teton 27, Jackson 12. Girls, boys game immediately following. We have halftime stats from
Nobody.
Jimmy K. Nobody?
Okay.
What?
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Well,
so if you want me to do color and camera, I can't do stat. I can do 2 of the 3 things.
Excuses. Well, just spitballing here off the top of the head. I think Reagan Moss leads all scorers. She hit a couple of threes. She's been good. She is their triple shooter, averaging 2.5 points a game coming in. But I know she is the one threat from deep, as is Cadence Hansen. But Cadence, as we have said, I have lamented repeatedly, is not playing tonight. It's like going to see the Chicago Bulls back in the day, and Michael Jordan takes the night off. I mean, where's Cadence?
Okay.
Yes. The senior
again, could be sick.
That senior, Cadence Hansen, is their leading scorer with 13.3 points a game. Abigail Barkto adds 13 on her own. She's been good, but honestly, the best I've seen from the visitors has been Maya Orduño's defense. The 5'10 junior has blocked a ton of shots, and she's just pulled down rebounds. She's been really, really good. I've got an H. I'm trying to think of what H means. I gave handles.
H. R-H, that handles?
R is rebound. Handles means they're good in the backcourt with dribbling and handling the ball, but I think that's mislabeled on Orduño. That shouldn't be on her. Orduño's had a really good game defensively. Reagan Moss has been the offense, and that's how Teton's going. And all apologies to Hallie Brown. It's you I meant to call whenever I see the 00, not Jimmy Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
But those, we talk about the bright future for Teton. That's Hallie Brown's a freshman getting varsity time. Jimmy Williamson, the sophomore. So they just keep reloading over there in Driggs. For our Lady Bronx, they've looked really good when Zoe Bosch is in there, and she's in foul trouble. She looks four fouls already. They're going to really struggle without her. That changes the whole game plan, but she's looked good. Olive Firmanek and Ari Fowler, the two underclassmen, the two sophomores, are the future of this team. They've looked really good. Jackson has done some fun. Lucy Webb's passing. I mean, she could easily lead this team in assists if anybody could finish. Lucy has really good court vision. She sees things, and she's able to fit the ball into small spaces.
True.
I like her dishing, her distribution. Watch out, Lucy Webb. But there's got to be finish, and there's too many missed shots continuing. Firmanek and Fowler and Holland, everybody.
Yeah, they would have made a little bit more of their half of what's been missed if it would have went in. This would be a little tighter game.
Because they've done some things really, really right.
Yeah.
The ball movement at times has been really fun. Highlight reel ball movement, and then, you get to that last man and her shot just misses, and you think, those three beautiful passes, all to see that shot miss. But we've been saying that for years with the Teton for the Jackson Lady Bronx. They'll get there. Those shots start falling, and this is a different game. But Jackson right with Teton for a majority of the first half. The T-Wolves started to pull away with the triple. Thanks to Reagan Moss, it's 27-12 at the half. We'll be back with more right after these words. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Cashmere, silk, down, or denim, Blue Spruce Cleaners is where you take them. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager and happy to serve you in 2 locations and on the road with daily pickup and delivery service and expert tailoring on site. We offer the best in green, effective, and gentle cleaning with Green Earth Cleaning and professional laundry for your sweaters, gowns, comforters, and linens. Blue Spruce Cleaners is a recognized reduce, reuse, recycle business leader, providing green, affordable, and friendly service to our community for over 20 years. Whatever the season, whatever the reason, Blue Spruce Cleaners.
Back to the court, halftime with about 3 minutes away from beginning the second half. As you can see on the Big O Tires scoreboard, it's Teton 27, Jackson 12. Big O sponsoring the scoreboard as they always do this season. Big O Tires, the reputation you can ride on. Find them right there at the Target Plaza. Some stats we didn't have time to get to earlier before the game. Olivia Bingham, the new head coach for the Jackson Bronx. Her Jackson girls are 0-3 on the season. In the early going, they took part in just the one tournament. The riding currently by my numbers, 59-game losing streak, but I've kind of lost track. It could be one less or one more, but it's a lot. But the good news is these girls are averaging on offense in the early going, 23 points a game. That's pretty darn good for an average. There were times last year where the girls weren't scoring anywhere near 23 for a game. They're giving up 55.5 points a game. That's what the early stats look like. A loss to Cheyenne East, blowout game there, 69-23. A loss to Riverton, who we'll see in the regular season, 44-30 in the tournament. And a loss to Cheyenne Central, 54-17. That's how the Lady Bronx have looked so far this year. But again, in a short sample size, a much better Jackson girls team. Teton Timberwolves 8-0 in the year. 8-game winning streak, obviously, under head coach Pat Hogan. They're averaging 53 points a game, and they're giving up just 35 by the stats. They had a game scheduled with North Fremont last night, but the game had to be canceled. North Fremont had 2 players involved in a car accident, and our prayers and wishes go out to them. Without those two players, North Fremont felt that they just couldn't field a team, and they probably didn't want to play without those players. So we hope that there's a quick, speedy recovery there. This Teton team, they play a lot of games, obviously. They played 8 games, almost 9 now already. They play a lot of ball games over there in Idaho, more than even their boys team, as they've been busy so far in the early season. But 8-0 against 0-3, and you would expect an kind of David and Goliath scenario and a blowout, but I thought our girls were right there with them for a little while. Now, granted, their top scorer for Teton is not in action tonight. Kimmy says the flu. I say disciplinary problems. Caden's probably missed a test or something.
No, it's Christmas time. You know how many kids were sniffling this last week of school?
How come her little sister Adeline is in the game?
Just because she hasn't gotten the sickness yet. You can go ask her why she's
I like completely speculating when I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've already got this. I could ask Coach Joyce.
You could.
Actually, I don't see. Oh, there is 10. Yeah, she is out there. I could ask Coach Joyce, who spent some time over here in the Jackson side of things. Speaking of a turncoat coach, we'll see Jay Silver coaching the boys here in a little bit. We're underway here. Second half, third quarter begins. Switching sides, it's Ari Fowler with the ball for the Jackson Bronx. Fowler going to do it all herself. A little too strong, but right there for the rebound is Firmanek. Back out to Ari. Fowler going to try it again. Have a lot of defense in her face. Her shot no good, as Reagan Moss was one of 2 Teton girls that were denying that shot. Long one there from Hallie Brown. That's too short. But the rebound, Teton, and a travel right away after the rebound. That'll turn it over. That's Caitlin Zog, who grabbed the backdoor rebound and then took steps. Jackson ball.
Oh, sorry.
Ari Fowler, her shot blocked by Reagan Moss. Up ahead to Haley Brown. Brown double teamed, in trouble, and turns it over, but right to the hands of Reagan Moss. How fortunate. Cross court, wide open. Jimmy Williamson. Yes! Williamson good from 3. 30-12. And what happened over there in the corner? I was messing around with my...
Someone got knocked down. Oh, against... Oh, Teton's against... Okay,
right.
Moss. I thought it was like us?
Just a minute in here in the third. Fowler will inbounds for Jackson.
Oh.
Ari looks over things. Can't find anybody open. And looking for... I don't have a number 10.
Strickland.
Really?
Jacqueline Strickland. That's who I got listed on my thing.
Jacqueline Strickland. I better get my act together here. Okay. I can hear you breathing.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have Jacqueline Strickland. I do now. All right. Teton ball, 6:50 to play in the third. On that far side, it's Zog lost the handle, stolen away. Trinity Green all by herself. Left-hander no good. Rebound. Firmanek lost sight of it, and now it's going to go into the hands of Reagan Moss. There, Trinity Green is also there, and it's a big old pile up. Firmanek comes up wiping her eyes clear, and Moss doesn't look like she feels all that great either getting up. And after the pile-up, they give the ball to Teton. It's going to be Haley Brown inbounds to Jimmy Williamson. This is a young backcourt, freshman and sophomore for the T-Wolves. Pass inside for Teton. Comes back out, top of the key, foul there. That might be Webb.
That was Webb. That's a little obvious there. That's 2 on her, I believe.
Lucy Webb with her second infraction, and she's going to be replaced by Zoe Bosch, who is living on the edge of the razor right now with 4 fouls. Bosch will come in. Oh, Bosch is going to come in for Trinity Green.
Okay.
Here's Williamson inbounds to Reagan Moss. She's had the hot hand from Treyland, but she'll give it back to Williamson. In the corner to Zog. Now to Hallie Brown. How did that not go in? Hallie gets her own rebound. Pump fake. Reagan Moss lets fly. That's too short. Rebound to the backside is Strickland. She gets stripped of the ball and now out of bounds.
Looks like it's Jackson's ball.
Jackson ball poked away by the T-Wolves. Strickland looks like she's got some length. I like that. She's almost as tall as Olive Furmanek. That would put her in the 5'9" neighborhood, I'm guessing. Here's Zoe Bosch with it now. Gets a pick from Furmanek. Can't use it. Out to Ari Fowler. Fowler works the whole perimeter. Now pulls up her dribble. Inside pass to Strickland. Knocked away, but Furmanek runs it down. Olive, she drives the left block. Her shot no good. Furmanek can't use her left hand. I think she's purely a righty. So when she goes in for that left-handed layup, she uses the right hand and the ball is more easily blocked. And now Furmanek bumping hard with Hallie Brown on a loose ball. And
someone called timeout.
A timeout call. Boy. It's anything but a foul. That's okay.
Yep. Teton called a timeout.
Yes. Trying to save their players as we take a look down into the bench, and we'll see what
Don't forget to change it off.
I know, I will. I think I will. Yeah, we look down at the bench as Coach Olivia Bingham coaches them up. Actually, a lot of coaching getting done by...
We got the Bronc here dressed in a Santa jacket. Look at him all Christmassy. Yeah.
Yeah, we have too much brightness on the camera. I don't know how to fix it in the middle of the game.
I like the look of the viewfinder better for sure. I don't know about the rest.
Okay. Inbounds pass from Teton is to Reagan Moss. Moss works it inside to Adeline Hansen. Her shot no good. Rebound. Strickland. Good job on the boards. Feeds to Zoe Bosch. Zoe Bosch wants to pick up the tempo. Euro step inside. Good. Zoe Bosch makes it 30-14. And boy, you miss her when she's not on the floor. Inside pass. This is Adeline Hansen. Kicks it back out to Reagan Moss. Moss drives right block. No good. Rebound put back. That rolls around out and in and out. Bosch with the rebound to Webb. Webb brings it across the line. Jackson pushing the pace here a little bit. They will have points to make up. Bounce pass to Fowler. Fowler hands it back off to Webb. Top of the key, Bosch. Zoe looking for a pick. Now she's just going to launch a three. Good! Zoe Bosch.
Let's get back in this game.
They were giving her room. Zoe said, I'll take it if you want. 30-17 now. Teton with it. Reach in, foul by Webb. Unnecessary. She tried to strip the ball from Nijkamp, and Webb's going to pick up her third.
So we got her and Mads both with 3 and Zoe with 4. That's not good.
4:18 left in the third. Jackson trying to climb back into this. Nijkamp to inbounds, far side for Teton. Webb watching her. There's the inbounds pass to Caitlin Zog. Zog watched by Strickland. Back to Nijkamp. Nijkamp directs traffic out here at the top of the key. Webb watching her. Pass near side to Barkdale. Abigail Barkdale double team finds the open man. Beautiful pass play, but Hallie Brown missed. And the rebound, Mads Hollins. That's how you run the pick and roll. But they didn't get the shot. Ari Fowler from 3. That's no good. Out of bounds. Teton ball.
You got to take them, though, and I'm loving that they're taking these.
Yeah, you got to take them.
Yeah, they're taking a lot more shots than they ever have.
And look out, Maya Orduno checks in, so that means you can't do anything offensively if you're Jackson. She will see to that. Am I giving her too much credit?
Maybe. I mean, she's tall.
Number 5 just stalls everything down there, down low. Here's Zog. Give and go, and that pass good. Nice shot from Reagan Moss. Was that Moss? I think that was Moss.
I don't know. I missed it. We don't have the players going up there right now.
She is something. Here's Zoe Bosch trying to spin loose of Nightcap. Does and puts it up. Her shot rolls, won't go in. Rebound is Caitlin Zog. Zog bringing it up by herself. Looking around. She had Orduno for a minute. Now back to Nightcap. Far side, Barkdale. She'll try one. 20-footer. Good. Swish. And it's 34-17. Teton doubled up on Jackson. 3 minutes left in the half. Or in the third, sorry. Fowler to Webb. Lucy Webb being watched by Bartow. Watch out. She never saw Clara Nightcap, who stole it away, but Clara's going to get whistled for reach in. That's her third, team second.
No, her second. They don't switch it. You're looking up there faster than the button pusher.
I'm too fast for every other human.
Yeah, you are.
Lucy Webb, left-hand dribble, now gives to Trinity Green. Baseline drive and a bounce pass intended for Strickland.
Good pass, but I don't think she was reading her.
Yeah, Strickland was heading towards her, and the pass was where she was, and that didn't quite work. Not on the same page. Teton ball now. 2:40 to go in the third. Nightcamp with it. Clara Nightcamp, the 5'2 senior, triggers over the far side corner to Bartow. Bartow works it inside to, I think that was Moss. Now out to Zog, wide open. Her three off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound, Mads Hollins tried to save herself, couldn't do it. She fed it over to Trinity Green, who also lost it. And those two have a laugh about it. Darn, almost worked, but Teton ball. Clara Nightcap averaging 6 points a game. She'll trigger in. This has been nemesis for Jackson. Do not let this pass.
No one's open.
There's a
she
pass.
Did get open.
Makes the mark. Shot no good. Too short from Madeline Hansen.
I think that's Jackson's ball, but I guess I'm up a little higher.
Ball out of bounds. Teton. Clara Nightcap. Jackson doing a better job of covering the inbounds pass in a 5-second. Much better job, and I don't think that Coach Bingham didn't talk about that at the half. That was killing the Bronx in the first half, and they have corrected that. There was nowhere to send that inbounds pass to. Zoe Bosch reaching. That's Nightcap. She got a little handsy.
Well, that's her third.
Her third foul. Nightcap is a really tough defender, but a little too much contact there. Backcourt pass to Webb. Webb's got being watched by Barkdale. Lucy gets a pick from Bosch. Now is picked up by Clara Nightcap. Barkdale back out on Bosch. A lot of contact there. They're going to call that on Barkdale, I hope, because the alternative, that's Abby Barkdale with a bump.
I mean, she was saying no, but yeah, girl, that was you.
Just over 2 minutes here. Been stuck at 34-17 for a bit. Zoe Bosch trying to get somebody open. Cross-court heave to Mads Holland. Holland on Orduno. Now picked up by Hansen. Gives it to Webb. Webb shot well short. Rebound Zog, but she's in trouble. Reaching in was Green and Bosch, creating a jump ball. And the arrow is going to go to Teton or Jackson. All right. I thought it was stuck on the T-Wolves for a while. Bosch looking inbounds. Boy, the inbounds passes have suddenly become difficult. And that one floated to Webb. Lucy Webb watched by Nightcap. Webb flings one to Green. Trinity with Zog on her, gets it to Strickland. Jacqueline Strickland to Webb, around the horn to Bosch. Bosch puts a little ball jab on Nightcap, but can't get anywhere. Or on Barkdale, rather. Long three from Bosch, no good. Rebound tapped around into the hands of Jacqueline Strickland, and her shot blocked out of bounds. It'll retain Jackson possession. Boy, it's just no open shots. Both teams ramping up the defense as Bosch looks for somebody. It's going to be Mads who tracks down that ball. Being watched by Adeline Hansen. Mads Holland to Bosch. Bosch, Barkdale guarding her. Now Nightcap reaches in. And a whistle. I didn't see any contact. If that's on Clara Nightcamp, I feel bad. No, they're going to say Bartow with a bump. That's the same thing she did earlier. And again, she shakes her head saying, no, I didn't. And even
ref's
Coach,
going to go talk to the coach.
Yeah, Coach Hogan is saying, what's going on? These don't look like much of anything. I kind of agree with him. Minute 22 to go. Tetons doubled it up on Jackson, 34-17. We're in the third. Bosch to Trinity Green. Green being watched by Caitlin Zog, the senior. Trinity gets it to Mads Holland. Holland drives and picked up the double team. Now to Webb far side. Webb weaves out of trouble, comes up here to the top of the key. Nice pick from Zoe, but Teton gets off picks very well. Underneath try for Zoe Bosch.
Nice hustle
blocked.
there, Green.
And here comes Teton the other way. Clara Nightcamp with a beautiful bounce pass. That shot, though, no good from Madeline Hansen. Good vision by Nightcamp. Good vision by Nightcamp to see the sophomore Adeline Hansen, but Hansen couldn't finish. Float pass, Strickland. She gets hammered, and she'll go to the line with 38 seconds to go in the third. That's on Arduino, who denied Strickland the shot. Zoe Bosch doubled over, so is Webb. There's some conditioning factor early in the season when you're running hard and you're on the floor for most of the time. Strickland makes that one. It's 34-18. Jacqueline Strickland, do you have a grade? She's got to be a sophomore, no?
Freshman.
Oh, wow. Left-handed shooter. She makes them both. I like that, Jacqueline.
That's Jax. They call her Jax. She was, I watched her last year as an 8th grader. She's good.
She is good. Timeout
Jax.
on the floor. We're going to stay right here, and I'm going to work on my notes here. Let me take you to the, was I on the other camera the whole time again? Oh, no.
I did. It was down there.
All right, let's take you a peek into the bench there while I fix my notes. Jax Strickland, freshman. Yeah, she's been fun to watch.
I'm going to say I watched some of these freshman girls last year play 8th grade, and we're going to see some of those freshmen playing on varsity, JV and varsity this year, and but also playing freshmen so that they can, get together, work themselves.
I'm going to call her
camera.
5'9", because... yeah, I think she's... All right, we're going to switch camera.
She's as tall as Maggie Holland.
Oh, okay.
If not a little taller.
Yeah, then that's 5'10". 30 seconds to go. Teton with the ball and the lead. That's Abigail Bartel. Has to feed Orduno. Now over to Nightcamp. Nightcamp takes a look at the clock and now feeds Hansen back to Zog. Caitlin Zog. Inside, looking for Hansen. Her shot denied. Good defense. But Trinity Green can't get the rebound. That Trinity got poked in the eye. She might have lost a contact. Everybody looking for that.
That's not good.
A lot of contact under the basket.
Green, whatever it was.
Green, without the contact, finds the contact. She's the first one to notice where it is. She's going to have to come out to put that back in. And in comes Olive Furmanek.
Wow, she got hit pretty hard then if her contact fell out.
Yeah, there was a lot of bumping going on as inbound Zog to Hansen. Hansen out to Nightcamp. Nightcamp's got 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Here comes Zog. She better do something with it. Long one will not go as Abigail Bartel, the 5'8" senior, launches at the buzzer. No good. So after 3, it's Teton 34, Jackson 19. The good news is Jackson really held the fort defensively. The bad news is there wasn't a ton of offense to get back into this, but they look better. That was a better third quarter for Jackson. They fixed some things that were wrong. They look good, but they still need points to get back in this one. Down 15 at this point as we move to the fourth.
If they come out on the fourth quarter the way they did on the first, this is possible.
Yep.
It ain't over till it's over.
We got Zoe Bosch playing with 4 fouls. Mads Holland playing with 3.
Lucy Webb, three.
Playing with 3. Jackson's got some girls in foul trouble. For Teton, less so, but they've also
who's their 21?
had a few fouls. Yeah,
Nykamp.
Nykamp, who essentially Clara has had to do the heavy lifting for the absence of Caden Sanson and has done well.
Number 11, too, Barkdole. She's got a few on her, too, 2 or 3. So we got a couple in trouble.
We get back to it. On the floor is Hallie Brown for Teton. Hallie Brown, Jimmy Williamson, Reagan Moss. It's the starting 5. Clara Nykamp and Abigail Barkdole. All on the floor for Teton. For Jackson, it's Bosch, Webb, Strickland, or rather Ankeny.
Oh!
That shot is just short. Rebound, Teton. And they're going to push it 2-on-1. Barkdale steps up, throws the 18-footer, no good. Rebound Jackson, but they just can't hang on to that ball. It's like a hot potato. Now they got it. Boy, Jackson comes down with so many rebounds and then coughs them up.
Yeah.
It's
like they're shorter and they don't get their both hands on it or something. I don't know.
Or their grip is not. They need a more vice-like grip. They need to do some work in the weight room and just.
Whoa.
Oh, what was that? A block on?
No, I'm just noticing the bench. We got a lot coming over.
Yeah. We got some replacements for the Jackson Bronx. Always trying to test me. Hayden Block of the game for the first time. We'll see Harley Rommel getting her first action.
Yeah, okay. Still got Bosch and Mads and Ari out there.
Teton ball up 34-19, 7:20 to go in the fourth. It's Reagan Moss, works it inside to Haley Brown. Brown picks up a double team, shoots anyway, no chance.
Oh.
And now the pass thrown away, stolen by Clara Nykamp. She puts it up and it won't go. Mads Hollins with the rebound. Ari Fowler with it, up ahead to a wide open block. Block trips over, I don't know what, and turned
Somebody
it over.
else's feet.
Hallie Brown comes the other way, it's up and in. Mads Hollins not giving a lot of defense there. I think she was worried about her foul trouble. It's 36-19. Teton, a flurry of activity. Zoe Bosch over the timeline, directing traffic. She wants Ari Fowler out here with her. Ball poked away. It's Nykamp again. And how many times have we seen her just... sorry, that's Moss who darted her hands in there and knocked it away. And they give it to Teton. What happened there?
Oh, it was on Hollins. 25. That's 4. So we have 4 on Zoe, 4 on Mads.
That might have been away from. I did not see that. Okay. Timeout. We'll stay here. If you could get the visitor bench as a practice this season, I'll always get the home bench. Yeah, because it confuses me if you have the same shot as me. I think I'm screwing it up. So now I can switch between teams. Boop, boop. There's Jackson talking it over. Olivia Bingham in her first year as head coach of the Jackson Bronx. Her girls showing a little better than last year, that's for sure. 19 points. They're averaging 23 on the young season, so they're getting there.
Oh, I wanted to dance.
Fowler, Rommel, Bosch, Holland, and Block on the floor for the Jackson Bronx. Clara Nykamp with it now.
Oh, 5.
She's going to get caught with not doing anything with the ball for 5 seconds, which for Clara Nykamp to hold still for 5 seconds is a big surprise. She's been too blurry to get a clear shot of. Here's Hayden Block with it now. Bounce pass to Harley Rommel. Rommel,
almost ran into each other.
Cross communication there. Ari Fowler launches a 3, and it's no good. Backdoor rebound is Reagan Moss. Reagan going to take it coast to coast. It's up and in. Reagan Moss, and I got to say, without stats at my fingertips, she's the leading scorer of anyone on the floor. Ari Fowler got a little crooked, put up a shot now. Clara Nijkamp the other way, wide open. Up and in, and a late foul on Zoe Bosch, and that's going to do it for her. Zoe trying to get back in the play, and she didn't think there was a lot of contact there. I didn't see a ton of contact.
I didn't see a ton of contact either.
And Zoe, all 5 of those fouls really were hustle fouls, but you just can't lose your best player with over 5 minutes to go. Not good. It'll send Nijkamp to the line where she's a 52% free throw shooter. Her shot is good. 41-19. Teton in the lead. Lucy Webb with the ball now across the line. No pressure from Teton as they fall back into a. Look like they're in the man-to-man. Ari Fowler with it now, working on Reagan Moss. Fowler back to Webb. Webb to Fowler, wide open. She'll try it. That's just short. The rebound, Reagan Moss. Fowler wants that ball back bad, and now the pass to a wide open Jimmy Williamson, who puts it up and in. Jackson with the ball now. Ari Fowler. Fowler to Webb. Webb drives baseline, and Reagan Moss stole it away. Coming up ahead, it's Clara Nijkamp again. That shot good. Layup and speed turnover right now, killing Jackson. The steals and the fast break we thought we would see from Cadence Hansen. You heard Coach Bingham say we got to watch her. She'll steal it and go all the way. That's been Nijkamp tonight or this afternoon. Shot from Rommel is short. Mads Hollins with the rebound. Put back no good. Reagan Moss with the board. She brings it up for Teton. Over to Nijkamp. I don't know. Nijkamp's come off the floor once when her nose was bleeding. That's about it. Pass inside of Moss. Gets it to Nijkamp. She'll launch. Too short. Rebound Rommel. But it goes right to the hands of Williamson, who ties up with a Jackson player, and a jump ball called here. Trinity Green checks in for Ari Fowler, who is well-deserved of a break. Now everybody will get a break as the timeout on the floor. With the timeout, we'll go. With 4:23 left in the fourth, it's Teton 45, Jackson 19. You're enjoying Brock's basketball, the KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Yeah, they're talking things over the Jackson bench. I would imagine Coach Bingham is trying to identify who's going to be the ball carrier now, who's going to kind of lead the offense without Bosch out there, and it'll probably be a lot of Lucy Webb as long as she remains in the game. Jackson foul trouble all game, but have managed to hang with Teton a little bit until lately, and T-Wolves starting to score a bunch. As we get back to the action, fourth quarter, boys to immediately follow. This inbound's coming from Reagan Moss as she floats one to Hallie Brown. Brown with a left-hand layer, that goes. Hallie Brown has had trouble getting stuff to fall, but she's starting to feel it now. Look out. The 5'8 freshman and the younger sister of Kinley Brown, one of the all-time greats in Driggs. That pass, bounce pass, was knocked down by Caitlin Zog, but it's out of bounds off her. T. Jackson ball. Lucy Webb with it now under the bucket. Looking around, can't find anybody open. Now going to float one out to Trinity Green. Green gives it to Harley Rommel. She'll try one, too short. Rebound Teton. Williamson trickles it ahead to Clara Nijkamp. Her shot is no good. Rebound, no good either. And Trinity Green finally comes down with the board.
Oops, I didn't even pull the camera. I was looking so fast. That went so fast. Sorry.
Here's Hayden Block with a long three.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Hayden Block with the triple makes it 47-21. Clara Nightcap inbounds to Haley Brown. Brown over the line. Watched by Mads Holland. Now gives it to Caitlin Zog. Zog picked up by Holland. Gives it back to Clara Nightcap. Nightcap to Brown. Hallie Brown drives inside. Triple team. Finds a kick out to the open man. Now back into Brown. She works a right-handed layup. No good. Mads Holland with a rebound, and Hallie Brown reaches in and smacks her on the wrist. It'll be a foul on Teton. Their second. Brown's fourth. And with just over 3 to go, Jackson trailing 47-21. I have 22 on my score sheet, so let me fix that. I'm assuming I'm probably wrong. Webb to Holland. Mads Holland puts a move on Jimmy Williamson. Now puts it up. No good, and it's going to float out of bounds. Oh, Caitlin Zog touched it. She says, dang it. So it's Jackson ball. She barely touched it with her fingertip. Lucy Webb to inbounds. Bounce pass to Trinity Green, who tried to put the ball on the floor. Now gets it back, and that's going to be a tie-up.
Jump ball.
Trinity had the shot early. You got to be very careful putting the ball on the floor in the paint. You know it's crowded in there. If you're going to dribble in there, you got to be sure. Trinity, I thought, had the shot right away, but when she went to dribble, then all kinds of hands come in. Here's Webb to the backcourt to Green, and she gives it right back to Webb. Lucy walking around here at the top of the key. Poke loose by Reagan Moss. Moss trying to save it and runs right into her coach, Pat Hogan.
I don't know why she just let that go, but
Reagan Moss is bucking to be the player of the game for me for Teton. She has been much of their offense, and you watch her on defense. Boy, she's just poking at the ball all the time. She's miserable to play against. Here's Webb. Pulls up her dribble, in trouble with Zog on her, gets it a block. Block bounce pass to Rommel. Rommel works it inside beautifully to Mads Holland, but she can't finish. Good job by Rommel to see the open Mads, and now a layup up and in. That's Hallie Brown on a beautiful pass on the other end. And with 2:15 to go in the contest, Teton stretches the lead, 49-21. Trinity Green lost the handle. Nightcap steals, now a pile-up. It's Hallie Brown and Mads Holland on the floor, and a jump ball. And the arrow favors as Coach Bingham is making changes. Green comes out, back in is Ari Fowler. It's Block, Fowler, Rommel, Firmanek, and Webb. Teton ball. Inbounds from Reagan Moss. Works it to Hallie Brown. Brown being watched by Fowler. It's 0 on 0-0. There's a lot of zeros there. A lot of nothing right there. Reagan Moss tripped over Lucy Webb, and bye-bye Lucy.
No.
Oh, yes.
Wait, that's Lucy's fourth.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I think they said her fifth. Now we're not sure. Coach Hogan wants to know, is she done?
Oh, that is 5?
I think that's 5 on Webb, and she's got to come out. It's going to be, we got to figure it out. Coach Hogan's going to give Coach Bingham a little chance and give the scorekeeper a little chance to figure it out. I think Webb is done, and I think she's going to be substituted for 20. Who'd you say 20 was? Sorry.
20?
For Jackson, yeah.
Sophia Baez.
Sofia Vasquez Vargas.
Bay. Vasquez.
Yeah. Sofia Vasquez. I got it. Thank you. A couple of, it's early in the season for me, too. I'm seeing some players
that you didn't think might go out there?
Yeah.
You should have talked to your wife, because I would have told you were going to see some more of these girls.
Minute 57 to go in the fourth. It's 49-21. Teton lead the Jackson Bronx. The Teton Lady Timberwolves looking to put the 9th win in a row onto the season. They're 8-0 to start. For the Jackson girls, they're 0-3 to start this season. Nice pass there, backdoor, and the inbounds pass to a wide-open Adeline Hansen. And she finishes. It's 51-21. Jackson with the ball. It's Fowler. Fowler working on Hansen. Or working on Brown, sorry. Harley Rommel. Cross court to Block. Bounce pass to Furmanek. Furmanek with Zog on her. Pokes it loose momentarily, but Block finds it. Now it's stolen away off the hands of Vasquez. And coming the other way, up and in, it's Reagan Moss. And it's 53-21. Jackson ball. Ari Fowler. Too many mistakes and giveaways now, but Coach Bingham, nice penetration there by Ari Fowler as she goes with a dribble drive and the finish to make it 53-23. You got a lot of new faces, a lot of bench players on for Jackson now, but this is Haley Brown to Clara Nightcap. Nightcap over to Reagan Moss. Teton just killing time here. To a wide open Zog, drives baseline, now gives to Jimmy Williamson. Her shot rattles in and out with a rebound. Teton. Oh, Hallie Brown went in amongst 3 Jackson players and pulled that rebound down, but her rebound putback no good. And they'll reset. Nijkamp gives it to Moss. Reagan Moss trying to get away from Rommel. Feeds to Williamson, back out top to Brown. And Fowler all over her, puts hands on her, and that's a foul. Yeah, Ari Fowler, she's got some fire in her. She reminds me a little bit of early Seb Brunner. When things aren't going her way, she'll take it out on whoever she's defending, which is good. I like the attitude. I like the competitiveness. But again, if you're going to gather 5 fouls before the clock turns zeros, that you're not helping the team. But I like Ari Fowler. I like her compete level. It is turned up to 10. 21.8 seconds. Jackson trailed by 30, 53-23. But Jackson right at their Severson average, 23 points, with the timeout here. Jackson without the benefit of their backcourt. Webb is gone. Bosch is gone. So you've got Sophia Vasquez on the floor with Harley Rommel and Hayden Block. A lot of the underclassmen. Fowler and Furmanek are also sophomores, so they're getting real young here. Hayden Block's a junior. Rommel, the only senior out there, as Jimmy Williamson will go to the floor. And her first one is just short. Sorry, that's Haley Brown. I did it again.
No, Rommel's only a junior.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought she was the same grade as
Brown
Hayden.
makes that one, 54-23. 15 seconds to go. Ari Fowler. Her dribble all by herself. And now gives it to Hayden Block. Block with a reach in. Moss, look out. She's loses it to Furmanek. 3 is good. Olive Furmanek.
I like it.
Furmanek kind of looked and said, yeah, I knew that was a prayer. But it went in, and she's pretty happy about it. That's a nice way to finish.
I think they played good.
Yeah, 54-26 going to be to the final. We'll wrap it up and take this quick break when we come back and let you know everything that happened. Pick our players of the game, and then we'll reset for the boys. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Sports.
The fastest internet in Jackson is coming your way. For a limited time, Silver Light Fiber Network is constructing fiber internet to homes in Jackson for free. Pick between 4 internet providers and swap at any time. See if you're in Silver Light's current area and check out which neighborhood is next at silverlight-fiber.com.
Your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Yeah, back to the floor as the boys get ready to get going here. And Who's your player of the game for the Teton Timberwolves, Kimmy K? Who do you like?
I'm going to go Moss.
You're going to go with Reagan
Moss.
Yeah, I got to go with Ray. Kate, I know that Clara Nijkamp had the ball in her hands
She did, dude,
every second of the game. It was
She's a close second.
Everything came from Nijkamp. I thought Orduno's defense was spectacular, but yes, Reagan Moss had a game. I can't believe she came in averaging 2.5 points a game. She did everything offensively. She was offense for Teton beginning to end. For the Jackson Lady Bronx, who do you like on our side of the ball?
You go first. I'm curious. I know exactly who I'm going to say today.
You know, I was impressed by the youngsters, Fowler and Firmanek. I knew I would be, but I think Zoe Bosch, even though it was limited time, she fouled out. I think Zoe Bosch is a complete player, and when she is in for a whole game, she may, without her, this team is not the same. I'm going with Zoe.
I would say Trinity Green, because when she came in, she played hard, and Zoe's a close second for me.
Trinity played I did notice whenever there was a loose ball, 33 was coming with the intent.
I know her. That gets a little personal, but watching her out there, she stuck out on me. It's always a given all the time. That's why I said Zoe's a good close second.
Yeah.
But my player, I'm going to go with Trinity. She was out there. She played hard every time she was out.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed by all of them. I'm so proud of these girls. That was fun to watch, and I think we're going to have a really great season. I can't wait for that first win, though, because it's going to be like, wow.
Yeah. That was a fun game, fun to watch. You're right. Let's reset, refresh, cleanse our palate. Come right back after this word from YDOT and tee up the boys' game. That's coming next. Tap time just 8 minutes away. It's Jackson Hole Radio Sports.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
All right, back to the action. Let's talk boys. Let's shift gears. We're going to see an old familiar face here. Coaching the Teton Timberwolves, the former assistant coach, former JV coach from Jackson. It's Jay Silver. He's now taking a job over the hill, and he's not over the hill. He's just taking a job over the hill.
No, he's living over the hill. He left us. Remember, he was our neighbor.
I'm saying he's not over the hill. He's a young guy.
Like you and I over the hill.
Yeah, Teton Timberwolves committed this one with an overall record of 3-2. They won their first 3 games of the early season, have lost the last 2. They're on a 2-game losing streak. For the Jackson Bronx, they're 0-3 to start the season. They lost all 3 in that opening tournament. 73-51, the loss to East. They were just 5 back of Riverton in the second game. 45-40 loss to the Riverton Wolverines. And then Central kind of blew them out, 49-32. That was in that early tournament. The boys scoring about 41 points a game, giving up 55.5 by the stats. For the Teton Timberwolves, averaging 48 points a game. And the defense, very good, 43.5 points a game. Some of the things I've noticed about the Teton Timberwolves, starting with them, offensively, they're not explosive. I don't think you'll mistake the Teton Timberwolves for, being a team that makes it rain buckets. Their offense is average. They're not particularly creative in the half court. They're not particularly fast, and they don't make a ton of shots. But, boy, they play defense, and do they rebound. This is a team without a real bona fide big, but they're a team with a lot of guys that are 6'3", 6'4", 6'2", and they jump. they're like spring-loaded or something. They all rebound. And when you got a team buying into rebounding, I mean, that comes from the coach usually, and that's Jay Silver saying, you better pound the glass. It's a good thing because they miss a lot of shots, but boy, do they rebound, all of them. Burke Nelson, the 6'4 senior, leads the team in rebounds with 7.7 a game, but 5 and 6 rebounds a game from Jake Strite, Bradley Brown, Isaac Thomas. They all hit the boards hard, so you better box out if you're Jackson, and you better equal what they do, especially when you're on defense. If you let them come down with second-chance offensive boards, it's going to be a long afternoon. They have to rebound well. For the Jackson Bronx, hey, there's no sugarcoating it. This is a rebuild season. It's the first thing I ask, Coach. You can't lose the Fab Four and rebound. In fact, it's the Jackson Five. It's Andrew Hanna, it's Gavin Keelan, it's Seb Brunner, it's A.J. Fowler, and it's Mason Borchert. Those 5 guys are, I mean, that you can't replace those guys.
I forgot Borchert.
You just can't replace him. Jackson's going to have a hard time. Now, nobody wants to hear it if you're a Jackson Bronc. If you're Jesse Larson, Isaac Larson, Jack Berzay, Palmer Watson, you don't want to hear how it's a rebuilding season. You've been waiting a long time to show us what you can do. So, yeah, I get that, but it is a rebounding season. There's no way around it. I talked to head coach Matt Elliott about it, and I said, man, how do you reload after losing those 5 guys? Here's what Coach Elliott had to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, and we're not going to sugarcoat it at all. Obviously, losing those 4 is very impactful to our program. Nevertheless, you know, we do have 7 seniors on board for this year, led by Palmer Wetzel, who unfortunately last year in January ended up injuring himself, and so didn't finish last year off. But obviously, you know, at his size, 6'4", you know, shoots it well, handles it, has good vision. He'll probably be our leader. So, you know, what we would say with last year is we had so much skill and athleticism, and a lot of the time we just rolled the ball out there and let those guys play. This year's core group, really high basketball IQ, you know, so I think we'll go out there, we'll probably run a lot of sets, probably play a little more chess with the other team, bounce in and out of some defenses sporadically. So, yeah, we obviously know that we need to gain some varsity experience. That's a great part of December. 3 games, got our feet wet in Riverton, you know, Teton here on Saturday, be a good test for us. And then we get a big tournament over in Eastern Idaho starting January the 2nd. So right now it's for us just getting our feet on the floor, getting experience with the speed of the varsity game, not necessarily at this moment worrying about the wins and losses, just trying to figure out where we stand, trying to see where some of our strengths are. And then obviously in these big tournaments, you know, sometimes you get exposed, which we like at this point in the season, get exposed, see what our weaknesses are, and then hopefully we can turn those into strengths by March the 7th or 8th, heading to regionals in Rock Springs. So that's the great thing about basketball. It's building, you know, and as we say to the kids every day in practice, you know, it's just brick by brick, day by day. We just got to get a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm going to move quickly to my keys of the game, which is keys to the season in the first game of the year, and that's find your identity. When you come off a season like you had last year, which was a potential title run, you lost your 5 studs, and everybody's saying it's a rebuild year. You got to find your identity tonight, and it's something, again, the coaches talk about. That comes from the players. It can come at any time and in the weirdest ways where you find your identity. It can come on a game on the road where you make a big comeback, and all of a sudden you find your motivation, you find your jam. It can come on the road and on the bus onto a game. It could come anytime, but you got to find your identity. Coach Elliott talked about it as well. What's the identity of this 24-25 team?
Well, without the size that we had last year, you know, especially playing in the 4A West, where, you know, we've got some big teams this year. Star Valley will throw out a bunch of size. Evanston's got some size. We will sit in a little bit more zone, sit in a 2-3 zone. The thing that we've continued to talk to the kids about, though, is when we're sitting in a zone, that doesn't mean that we're just taking time off. So we'll sit in a zone. We'll probably have to run and jump a little bit, in the full court press. We're a little limited right now in our depth, so that also limits us, pressing. But yes, we will have a new identity. We will be a team that probably runs a lot more sets. Last year, we had Seb Brunner. He could break you down and create for others, and then pitch it inside to Hannah, and they had to double team him. So I do think, though, Palmer Wetzel will be one that can create for others. He's one of those kids that has a nice post-up game. So if they want to put a smaller guard on him, we send him down there, and then that'll have to collapse the D, spread it out for, Jesse and Aaron Larson, who shoot the heck out of it. So we got to find ways to get them shots. And then when they want to put a big on the Wetzel kid, we'll spread him out, put him in some more pick and roll actions. So he will be the one that will have to create for others. But yeah, it's a complete new identity. You don't lose, what they call the Jackson 5 and think you're going to play the same way. And that's okay. A new identity, over time, running a bunch of sets, since we got a really smart set of kids, I think we can then be very specific where we're getting our looks from.
Jesse Larson, senior. Will King, senior. Matt Baltus, senior. Jake Simmons, freshman. Aaron Larson, senior. Owen Becker, junior. Thomas King, sophomore. Noah McKinney, junior. Jack Berzay, senior. Ethan Hoffman, sophomore. Max White, sophomore. Palmer Wetzel, senior. Will Guyman, junior. Colin Pape, senior.
All right, ready to get this one going. You've been introduced to the boys. We'll get the starting lineups to you here momentarily. Use your words, Kimmy. I don't know what you're gesturing around about.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want to say I'd be getting my camera on.
Starting lineups of both these teams, beginning with the Teton Timberwolves. Luke Nelson gets the call, the 6'1 junior averaging 9 points a game. Isaac Thomas, the 6'1 senior, averaging 7 a game. Bradley Brown, 6'4 junior, 9.5 points a game. Number 11, Canyon Coon, 6'2 sophomore, averages 8 a game. And Jake Strite, the 6'3 senior, averaging 8.5 points a game. That's your starting 5 for the Teton Timberwolves. For the Jackson Bronx, it's going to be Jesse Larson, the 5'9 senior in the backcourt, joined by his brother, Aaron Larson, the senior. Jack Berzay, the big presence down low, the 6'1 senior. The 6'4 senior, Palmer Wetzel, gets the start. And Will Geitman, the 6'4 junior, will be in the starting 5 for the Jackson Bronx. Jackson Bronx in their home whites, trimmed in orange and black. The Teton in the maroon and black and white. They're moving right to left. Jackson moving left to right as we get ready to get this one underway. Opener, season opener, home opener for the Jackson Bronx. Tournaments during the holiday season, yes, but this is the opening home and home with Teton. We'll be over in Driggs later. Tap won by Jackson. Palmer Wetzel hands off to Jesse Larson. Jesse to Isaac into Palmer. Wetzel at that bumper spot. Now to Geitman. Geitman inside of Wetzel. Runs out of room, and his pass is picked off by Isaac Thomas. Here comes Teton. Inside, Bears a good defense on Jack Strite. Turns him away. And here's Isaac Thomas. Thomas going to reset, rethink things here. As he hands off to Brown. Pitching catch now around the horn to Luke Nelson. Looking back door. Oh, my. Bradley Brown come out of nowhere and nobody saw him. Backdoor baseline and a nice alley-oop to him. He finishes 2-0 Teton. Wetzel bounce pass to Barazay. Jack hands off to Geitman. Geitman runs out of room. Back to Wetzel. Wetzel double team. Back to Geitman. And he took steps. Will Geitman going to get called for travel? I see the ball in the hands of the Bigs a lot and not the Larsons. Wetzel and Geitman touching it a bunch here early on, but we're just barely a minute in. 2-0 Teton. Isaac Thomas with it now. Over to Bradley Brown. Lets a long three go. That's over the backboard and out of bounds. Just a bit strong. And Teton does not shoot really well, and in the half court, they struggle with just trying to get anything cooking. But they do play defense. They're going to be tough on this end of the court. There's a long one for Aaron Larson.
Nice.
Hits the three, and it's 3-2 Jackson. Aaron Larson drains it. It's Isaac Thomas over to Luke Nelson. Luke to Bradley Brown. Now to Thomas. Thomas out top of the key to Luke Nelson. His drive cut short by Barazay. Bounce pass, baseline to Brown. Now to Canyon Coons and a finish. And it's 4-3 Teton. That was pretty good ball movement from the T-Wolves. Here's Aaron Larson. Aaron to Geitman. Geitman gets an ice screen back to Aaron. He'll launch a three. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Jesse fighting for the rebound, but just hands it over to Canyon Coons. Coons working on Geitman. Drives, pulls back, and now kicks it out to Bradley Brown. Long three, too short. It's tapped by Strite right to Jesse Larson. Up ahead to Palmer. Palmer Wetzel shot no good. Geitman the rebound off his hands, out of bounds. No! They're going to say that Canyon Coons got a piece of that. Jackson will retain possession. 5:28 to go in the first. Just underway. It's 4-3 Wolves. Barazay to Jesse Larson. And good defense there by Luke Nelson. Jay Silver wants it going Teton's way. Discussion, and he will not get his wishes. As it'll be inbounds by Jackson. Geitman trying to get it over the top of Jack Strite. Now bounce pass to Aaron Larson. Aaron back to Palmer Wetzel, top of the key. Wetzel spent a lot of time outside the paint here on the perimeter. Interesting. I thought we'd see him down low post. Wetzel, but he's a good ball handler. What a move by Palmer Wetzel. And a spin move in the lane, and he just put on a clinic. 5-4 Jackson. Brown to Thomas, back to Brown. Bradley Brown over on that far side with Larson on him. Now to Luke Nelson. Luke Nelson bounce pass stolen away. Palmer Wetzel. Wetzel by himself. Oh, he was trying to get a pass to Larson, but it was knocked down by Luke Nelson, and they're going to say a foul. That'll be the team first, the game's first, and the first on Luke Nelson.
That's a lot of ones.
Yep. Inbounds pass. Ooh. And Luke Nelson never looked back at the ball. That's like pass interference. Luke never looked back, ran right over Isaac Thomas, and the ball went off the back of his arms. He never looked for it. Here's Palmer Wetzel inbounds to Aaron Larson. Aaron working on Isaac Thomas. In trouble now, gets it to Barazay. Jack Barazay. And now to Palmer Wetzel, long three, no good. Saving it is Geitman. He didn't. It was a whistle. I think a ball went out before Geitman even tried to save it. Teton ball, 4.5 minutes to go in the first. Isaac Thomas to Brown, back to Thomas. Far side Nelson, a lot of perimeter stuff here. And, this is what I saw on film. The T-Wolves just passing around trying to figure out what to do. That was a beautiful play. They got their first bucket on.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice backdoor.
Other than that, nice drive in the lane by Brown. Can't get it to go. Rebound Barazay. Jackson ball. They're up one with possession. Aaron Larson. Bounce pass into Geitman. Will Geitman watched by Strite. Now back to Larson. Larson tries to drive, now pulls back over to brother Jesse. His three rolls in and out. Rebound strike. Here comes Teton. Luke Nelson to Isaac Thomas. Thomas kick out wide open. His strike three. Good. And somebody lost track of Jake Stripe. The 6'3 senior drills the three, and it's 6'5 Teton. Jesse Larson with it now, watched by Luke Nelson. Floats a pass dangerously into Barazay. Long three from Isaac, no good. And the ball, Aaron, no good. Rebound Teton. Luke Nelson with it now across the line. Finds Thomas in the corner. His shot, no good. Rebound and a little push off on Bradley Brown, I believe. Yes, Brown came down with a board, but he pushed off to do it. Bradley Brown's this team's leading shot blocker, the 6'4 junior. 3:08 to go in the first. Jackson down 2. They could tie it here as Aaron Larson gets a pick from Palmer. Now gives to Geitman. Geitman trying to use a Barazay screen, can't. And it's back to Aaron Larson. Inside to Geitman. Oh, he took a lot of steps up and in. Boy, that's the Euro step plus one right there from Geitman. And we're tied at 7, 2:40 to go. Luke Nelson, top of the key to Thomas. Isaac Thomas over to Bradley Brown. Inside to a wide open strike. Bounce pass inside. Knocked down. Kenyon Coons is not big enough to play down in there. He listed as 6'2", but I don't know about that. As Coons, now the ball lost momentarily. Scramble for it. Will Geitman is piled up along with Luke Nelson. Those two pick each other up. And that should be a jump ball unless there's a foul. Jump ball. They will call the jump ball. Bradley Brown will do the inbounds here as the arrow favors Teton. Luke Nelson comes out, replaced by Bridger Hawkins, the 6' senior. Brown works it into Hawkins. Bridger to Kenyon Coons, and now to Thomas inside and the finish. That was Brown, I think.
Yes,
9-7. Palmer Wetzel to Barazay. Barazay gave it back to him but didn't. Jack has it. Now he gives it to Palmer Wetzel. Wetzel drives baseline on Bradley Brown. Tries a shot. There's just nothing there. And they're going to say Jackson Ball out of bounds, but Wetzel driving that baseline got picked up by a double team, and he just ran out. He was behind the basket. No way to make that shot. Here's Geitman with it now. Will Geitman hands off to Wetzel. 15-footer off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Coons. Up ahead to a wide open strike, but he missed the layup. Jackson with it now, coming the other way. Larson up ahead to Geitman. Back to Aaron Larson. Aaron with a pick from Wetzel, but he's picked right back up by Coons. Now a wide open Wetzel. Steps around his man, out to Larson. Larson with a stutter step. Now step back, shoot, no good. Rebound Coons. Coons, looking for Bridger Hawkins, but stolen away. Jackson with the ball now. Here's Jack Barazay, drives the lane, puts his shoulder in. His shot no good. How are they going to call this one? That could go either way.
Yeah, it could. I was like, is he going to get
lowered
the
the shoulder.
Woo!
And that's going to be on Jake Strite. Yeah, Barazay just lowered the boom on Strite. We know Jack Barazay can play some football. That's what it looked like right there.
Yep.
Barazay to the line. 1:08 to go in the opening frame. Jackson down by 2, but Jack could tie it here with a couple. No, the lefty misses that one. 9-7. Barazay's number one sport, certainly football, but he provides a presence down low in basketball for sure. Second try is good. Got a shooter's roll. It's 9-8. Isaac Thomas with it for Teton. We're down to just over a minute in the first. Thomas being carefully guarded there, and it's stolen away by Noah McKinney. Jackson with a chance for a lead here. Aaron Larson to Wetzel. Palmer Wetzel. Hands off to Aaron Larson. Larson back to Wetzel. Looking for Barazay on the baseline. There it is. Jack Barazay driving on his man. Puts a left-handed shot over the top of Brown, but it's no good. Rebound Kenyon Coons. Coons for Teton. Knocked away. That's the second time Noah McKinney has got a hand in on a pass. And McKinney with a real good anticipation here. Minute 2. Jackson trail 9-8. Teton ball. Bradley Brown with it now for the Wolves. Takes his time. Wants to see who's going to defend him as Jackson falls into that 2-3 zone. It's going to be McKinney that picks him up. Brown drives all the way in until Barazay picks him. And Hawkins! Bridger! Hawkins with a 3 to make it 12-8. Down to 40 seconds. Aaron Larson with it now. Aaron to Palmer. Wetzel. Wetzel inside Aaron Larson. Larson bounce pass to Geitman to Barazay. Back outside to McKinney with a 3. Noah McKinney, the 6'1 junior. And it's 12-11 down to 15 seconds. Hawkins pitch and catch with Thomas. Isaac Thomas back to Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Larson. Near side here to Brown. Bradley Brown inside to Coons. Coons tries one in the lane. 8-footer, no good. Rebound Jackson, but time running out. 2 seconds. 1. Geitman launches one at the buzzer. No good. And after 1, it's the Teton Timberwolves 12, the Jackson Bronx 11. We'll take a quick break and get back here for the second quarter. You're enjoying Bronx basketball at KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive. Not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
Coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
And we're ready to get back to it. Both coaches confer with their teams. Coach Matt Elliott, he's got to like what he sees so far. Coach Jay Silver also has to like what he sees so far. Played a good road game as the Wolves up 12-11. These two teams really very evenly matched, and it seems to go back, man, at least since we began this home-and-home series. When Jackson's got a really good team, Teton seems to have a really good team. Jackson a bit of a real rebuild here, so is Teton. They both seem to always be evenly matched. As Isaac Larson hands off to Wetzel. Wetzel working on Luke Nelson, who's back in the game. Bounce pass, Geitman to Wetzel. Wetzel driving the lane, gets it to go up and good. And Palmer Wetzel has a really nice touch, really nice finger roll to his game. Down low inside. This is something that kind of Andrew Hanna lacked. Andrew had a ton. There's that backdoor alley-oop. Didn't work this time. Good defense. Hanna, as good as he was, sometimes did not have that soft touch underneath as Larson launches one, gets his own rebound, puts that back up, and that won't go. Luke Nelson with it now for Teton. Luke, and he has the ball stripped away, and it's a travel. That was caused by Noah McKinney. And right now, the junior's defense is standing out for Jackson. McKinney's looked good. He's also hit a big 3 to put Jackson up 13-12. They have the ball now. Palmer, Wetzel with it. Coons try to steal. Wetzel's shot no good. Rebound. Oh, I thought it was going to be Thomas King, but he couldn't pull it down. Teton with it. Bradley Brown. Top of the key. Nelson. Luke looking around, guarded by Isaac Larson. Jesse. Why do I think there's an Isaac? There's
because
Aaron?
there used to be Isaac.
Okay, sorry. I'm calling a guy
Isaac
who's
has
not even
graduated.
here.
No, you got Aaron and Jesse out there right now.
I got it.
But Isaac used to be.
Okay, Noah McKinney to
oldest
Wetzel.
Larson.
Wetzel inside. That's a reach over the back there by Jake Strike. Yeah, sorry. I know Aaron's number 11. I got that much in my brain. Now I got to remember to call number 2 Jesse, not Isaac. Sorry. It's early season for me. Geitman will inbounds here for Jackson. That's stolen away. Luke Nelson. Not a good idea. McKinney picks up a foul here as he gets a bump on Luke Nelson. That's McKinney's first, team first. 6:23 in the half. Jackson up 13-12. And it's Luke Nelson, the 6'1 junior, bringing the ball up, averaging 9 points a game. That leads all scorers for Teton. Whoa, a little bit of a slip, picks himself back up. And they go ahead and fire an 18-footer, but won't go. Off the top of the backboard, that's out of bounds. So Jackson ball. Palmer Wetzel gets a breather here. We'll see how the Bronx play without their star scorer, as Wetzel has really taken over this game in the early going. Here's Jesse Larson with it now. Luke Nelson watching him. Bounce pass inside to Barazay, and it never got there. Bradley Brown poked it away up ahead to Luke Nelson. Up and in. Bad pass, bad idea, as Barazay was not open at all. Jesse Larson pulls up his dribble, gives to McKinney. McKinney top of the key. To King. This is McKinney. McKinney working on Canyon Coos. Drives right block. Now kick out. Geitman, baseline. He picks up a double team, puts it up anyway. Good! Will Geitman. And that's his first shot attempt, I believe. He needs to shoot more. 15-14. Jackson back at the lead. 5:22 to go in the half. Brown near side to Hawkins. Back to Brown. Stole it away. Noah McKinney. And he waits.
Nice.
Puts it up and in. Woo! Doggy Noah McKinney. 17-14. Luke Nelson guarded by McKinney. Works it inside to Hawkins. And I think he wanted strike. But that ball went out of bounds, and it'll be another turnover. Jackson ball. McKinney comes out, and he should get high fives. What a 4 minutes he had on the floor as Aaron Larson dribbles it across the line, gets a pick from Barazay. Now hands off to King. King to a wide open Jesse Larson. Back to Aaron. Aaron peels back as Luke Nelson picked him up. Jesse with it now. Jesse Larson to Aaron. Bounce pass inside to Barazay. Out of bounds. Yeah, Barazay again was kind of double, triple covered. I don't know why they want to get it inside to him. Number one, Jack doesn't shoot a lot at all. And the only thing Barazay can do maybe is to run point and bump it back outside. But boy, they're really insisting on getting it into Barazay when it isn't there.
Maybe he's shooting more.
Luke Nelson with a baseline three. No good. Rebound putback is in. Bradley Brown and one. As Brown gets fouled, Palmer Wetzel going to come back in and replace Thomas King. The foul, meanwhile, is on Noah. It can't be Noah. He's not even out there.
I think it was number 20. I think 20 would, that just
20
came
would
out.
be King, yeah. The extra, no. So we're at 17-16. Jackson up one with the ball. Jesse Larson hands off to Barazay. He'll try going against two men, and he'll draw the foul. Good job by Barazay to identify, even if you can't make that shot, you're going to pick up the double team foul. He did, and it's going to be on 20, and I don't have a 20 for Teton. So your scoreboard operator has entered the twilight zone. There's no 20 even on the floor, so don't look for one. I don't know who that's on.
No, it was the 20 the last time. They're just kind of off.
All right.
I'm guessing. I don't
Barazay makes the first. It's 18-16. Jack, the lefty, makes the second. He's got them both. Jackson up three. Teton ball. Just over 4 to go in the half. Bradley Brown, over to Isaac Thomas. Back to Brown. Brown being watched by Jesse Larson. Inside, wide open is Strite, or rather Coons, and now up and in. It's the finish from Bridger Hawkins, and it's 19-18. Aaron Larson hands off to Jesse. Jesse being watched by Hawkins. Now back to the other Larson, Aaron. Aaron's in trouble. Pass intended for Barazay, stolen by Luke Nelson. And the 2-on-1 fast break worked to perfection. Nelson and Bradley Brown with a give and go. And Nelson finishes, and Coach Matt Elliott has seen enough for now. It's 20-19, Teton in the lead. We'll take a break with a timeout on the floor You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KC95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KC95.
Oh, yeah.
3:36 left in the first half. Jackson trail now 20-19. And a back and forth contest so far. Palmer Wetzel has been as advertised, maybe even better. He's really impressed me. And this is Aaron Larson with it now. Hands off to Will Geitman. Geitman, Luke Nelson watching him to Barazay. Now kicks it over to Jesse Larson, who finds somehow Aaron, and his shot, though, no good from the baseline. Jesse saves it, or did he? He didn't, as he's out of bounds. Boy, I don't know how that pass from Larson to Larson ever happened, but the finish wasn't there from Aaron as he launched the baseline three. Jackson falls into that 2-3 zone. And Luke Nelson trying to solve it over to Bradley Brown. His three, no good. Rebound, knocked around a little bit, and then it's Geitman who comes down with it. Jackson ball with a chance to retake the lead. Palmer Wetzel looking things over. Floats one inside to Barazay. He'll try it. It's blocked by Brown, and then Barazay bounced it off of Bradley Brown, but I guess he didn't get the call. Barazay was upset about the block and then tried to bang one off of Bradley Brown out of bounds. I thought he did it, but then must have came back and hit a little bit of Barazay again. It's out of bounds. Jackson Teton ball. Isaac Thomas drives the lane. Nobody picks him up, and he misses the shot. Gets his own rebound, however, and now Barazay mugs him. And the ball out of bounds. Oh, no call there, though. Arrow favors Teton. They're going to call a jump ball on that tie-up. Luke Nelson inbounds. Bradley Brown, long step back three, no good. Rebound knocked around, out of bounds. Jackson ball went off the hands of Jake Strite. Jackson ball inbounds here from Noah McKinney. The junior has looked good in limited time off the bench as he comes up court with Aaron Larson. Bounce pass to Wetzel. To McKinney, right back to Wetzel. Backs his man into the paint. His shot, no good. Rebound, Barazay saves it to McKinney. Now back out to Larson. Rattles in and out, no good. Larson with his own rebound. Got tapped to him by Wetzel. And we'll get a retry at this. Jackson again, it's McKinney. Good! Noah McKinney, his second three of the afternoon to give Jackson a 2-point lead. We need more Noah. And that one, double team on Thomas. And he got fouled. I thought he coughed it up. Third team foul on Jackson, the second on McKinney, who's looked very good off the bench. And the inbounds from Bradley Brown to Luke Nelson, the high scorer for Teton. Nelson pitch and catch with Thomas. Luke Nelson back to Thomas. Thomas inside to that bumper spot. Canyon Coons, his shot no good. Out of bounds off the hands of Bradley Brown. The 6'4 junior came flying in out of nowhere and couldn't secure the ball. Palmer Wetzel will inbounds. Jackson up 2 with the ball and a minute and a half to go in the half. Bounce pass into Barazay, playing that bumper spot. Yeah, I think Jack's there to just kind of feed back out. Oh, man, Noah McKinney with a long three, and Jackson with a 5-point lead. And a timeout. Jay Silver trying to stop the bleeding here with 1:15 to go. Noah McKinney is taking over the game. No timeout.
No, it was a travel.
Jackson ball, McKinney to Aaron Larson. Aaron working on Isaac Thomas. Down to McKinney. McKinney drives, kick out to Larson. Larson drives the lane, up and in. Oh, beautiful floater.
Nice, Jesse.
Jesse Larson with a penetration and a beautiful floater in, 27-20. Jackson's biggest lead of the afternoon. Luke Nelson with it now. Aaron Larson on him. Luke inside to Canyon Coos. I think Jackson's given Canyon that shot because he can't make it. Canyon Coons, the 6'2 sophomore, he's been wide open in that little spot, that 10-foot shot, and he's missed 3 of them. He's been wide open on all of them. We're under 40 seconds now. Jackson with a 27-20 lead. They have the ball. As McKinney gets it to Wetzel. Cross court, Larson to Aaron Larson. Bounce pass, McKinney. He's open momentarily. Now he takes the shot. And I think Brown got a piece of it as that was way off. Teton ball with under 20 to go. Isaac Thomas, rather. Wetzel on him. Cross court, Luke Nelson now finds Canyon Coons. He's double teamed and he's in trouble as Barazay and McKinney boxed him in. And are they going to call a foul on one of those two? I don't know.
Yeah, Barazay.
They are.
Foul.
Jack Barazay got a piece. As we see changes for Jackson, Max White with his first appearance into the game for the Bronx. And out comes Aaron Larson. So Jackson goes big or bigger. Jesse and Aaron Larson out of the game. So Jackson, that backcourt gone. They're going to go big here. As Teton inbounds. Long shot there from Isaac Thomas. No good. Barazay with a rebound. Geitman running loose, but he didn't see him. Palmer Wetzel, as the time expires, his shot no good. But that's the way we'll end the half. The score at the end of the first half, Jackson 27, Teton 20. We'll come right back with a halftime show after these. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Cashmere, silk, down, or denim, Blue Spruce Cleaners is where you take them. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager and happy to serve you in 2 locations and on the road with daily pickup and delivery service and expert tailoring on site. We offer the best in green, effective, and gentle cleaning with Green Earth Cleaning and professional laundry for your sweaters, gowns, comforters, and linens. Blue Spruce Cleaners is a recognized reduce, reuse, recycle business leader, providing green, affordable, and friendly service to our community for over 20 years. Whatever the season, whatever the reason, Blue Spruce Cleaners.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
We're at the half here in Jackson. The home-and-home opener with the Teton Timberwolves becomes somewhat of a tradition now in both football and basketball, although the football tradition kind of didn't happen this year. But it's fun to start the season with this kind of friendly rivalry. You know, Star Valley's the bitter enemy, and Teton's, you know, a community just over the hill. We share so much with them. We share coaches, obviously. You're welcome for Jay Silver. You're welcome for Coach Joyce, David, and Andrea. We share a lot with our friends over there in Teton and Driggs and Victor. So it's kind of a friendly rivalry, a chance to start the season in an even footing. Both teams kind of evenly matched. As we are going to take a look at the halftime statistics and who we think is taking charge of this game. For one thing, for the Jackson Bronx, I've been had my eye opened by Noah McKinney. Wow, he's played some valuable minutes off the bench. And Palmer Wetzel has been fantastic. I mean, we knew Palmer was good last year, but we didn't get to see enough of him because of this season-ending injury. Wetzel's been fantastic, and Noah McKinney's been fantastic. You got some numbers for us, Kimmy K? What do you see over there?
I do. Where do you want me to start first?
Let's go with the Jackson Bronx, and who leads them in scoring?
Noah McKinney.
All right.
He has got 11 of our 27.
He's on fire, that guy.
Both Wetzel and, is it Getman?
Will Geitman.
Okay, they both have 4 each. Aaron has 3. Jesse has 2. And Berzay has 3.
Okay. What about over on Teton's side of the ball? Their leading scorer, usually Luke Nelson, but he's been kind of quiet.
Actually, Luke Nelson and Bradley Brown both have 6 each.
Okay.
Hawkins, is it Hawkins?
Yeah,
Can't read
Bridger
this writing.
Hawkins.
5 and straight 3.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of what we thought. We didn't think it'd be super high scoring. Teton does not score a bunch. Jackson also struggling to find offense early in the season. I mean, neither team has played a bunch of games. Teton Timberwolves 3-2 on the season. Jackson's 0-3, looking for their first win. But boy, that first win looks like it could be on the way. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. 27-20 at the half.
Interesting.
Jackson Bryant's been back and forth until Jackson pulled away a little bit late.
That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, Teton beat us by 1 point, but in the second quarter, we doubled their score. They had 8, we had 16.
So yeah, good second quarter for the Jackson Bronx. It was. A lot of it came from Noah McKinney, who was not in the starting lineup, off the bench. He's been really good. A couple of good steals, and then he felt it from three land, and wow. Okay, we'll take that, Noah. We were looking for what the identity of these new Jackson Bronx would be. We talked about it with head coach Matt Elliott. We also talked about some of the new faces, some of the guys that we shouldn't be surprised we see contributing. This is what Coach Elliott had to say about some of the new guys stepping up in the absence of the core 4, the Fab 5, whatever you wanted to call them last year. Here
Jackson
are
5.
some of the new faces Coach Elliott talked about.
We got Will Geitman, so we got a little diversity there. Geitman will be our starting 4 for now. Looks the part, he's about 6'4" right now, jumps really well. Still, establishing himself as a perimeter shooter. But, as a junior, just getting reps up, that'll come over time. And then probably our first one off the bench at this moment right now is Noah McKinney, another junior. Super athletic. He comes in about 6'1". Really, really quick feet. So they both bring a little different dynamic to the game when they're on the floor. And then I wouldn't be surprised if you see some underclassmen starting to get some minutes, getting their feet wet here and there. Don't know which one of those will be, but as we've learned from last year, you got to have a bench deeper than 6. So we need to get ourselves to about 7 or 8 in our rotation. So we know the 6 right there. Van Boltez, another senior, he's going to miss a few games coming up here in the next few weeks. So he won't be part of the rotation right now, but he's a nice slasher. He could come in and do some things as well. So as you said, obviously, it's Wetzel and Berzay that we'll rely on with Geitman down in the post. The twins out there together. Jesse runs the point a little bit more. Aaron's a little bit more of a shooter, but they can flip that role just, how the game is ebb and flows.
Yeah, and, I think still off the bench, we're yet to see. We saw just a little bit of Will King, I think. We saw the other Thomas King
Thomas King.
Max White, a sophomore, maybe even a freshman. Jake Simmons will get in the game. But so far, the Larson twins, they've been good. Berzay, Geitman have been the big guys down low. And then Wetzel been kind of that swingman, inside-outside game, everything. And McKinney off the bench. Those ingredients have 27 points on the board for Jackson. It's been really good to see. Here's what Coach Elliott had to say about some of the things he thought Teton would give us and what he had in store for the T-Wolves.
Well, we add a little more fuel to the fire, which will be fun with Coach Jay Silver, our old JV coach, heading over there to take the reins. So that'll be pretty fun. I mean, obviously, Coach Silver knows what we like to do. Even if we do have a new identity, we know some of the stuff that he's going to do. So that adds a fun little element to it. I think they will have a little bit more size than we do. I think they'll roll out, 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", as you saw with the statistics, as we've seen, not shooting it as well as they have in the past. So, yeah, their scoring's down a little bit. Hard to judge at this point, looking at their schedule, because I mean, they've played a few competitive teams, and then they've also played some teams that were probably in a little bit of a rebuild themselves in Bear Lake, in North Fremont over in Ashton, a smaller school. They did compete really well against probably the favorite over there in 4A, who would be Snake River, and Teton played them pretty well on Tuesday night. I think it was an 8-point game. So as you said, though, it always does seem like, when we're good, Teton's good. I don't know if they're necessarily in a complete rebuild, but yeah, I think it should be a complete battle. Like most of the games we play against them, probably going to come down to the final few possessions. But like anything, as we've said with the kids going forward, the big emphasis for us for this game is going to be second chance opportunities for them. They go to the offensive glass incredibly hard, try to use that athleticism they have. So if we can limit their second chance opportunities, I think that gives us a really good opportunity to get our first victory for the year.
Yeah, I think Jackson has been getting beat on the boards a little bit. They lead in the score 27-20. That's what's important. But we said Teton rebounds very well, especially offensive boards, mostly because they don't shoot really well. They've learned to go get their own rebounds, I guess. But that's that might be the only battle Jackson's lost, really, is on the boards. You got to take care of the basketball. You sure Coach Elliott had something to say about that? Don't give them anything for free at halftime. But right now, everything going pretty good for the Jackson Broncs, trying to win their first one of the year and their first here at home as they lead 27-20 at the half. Just about ready to get this one started. We'll switch side. Jackson's still in their home whites, trimmed in black and orange, although I don't see any orange, do I?
No, there's black and white today. I'm like, I see at least one of the Jackson 5 over there in the black hole.
Is that right?
I believe it's Hannah. The tall guy standing up with the hat right now, I believe that's Hannah.
Okay.
I'm trying to check out the rest of the line because those might be some faces we've seen in the past, but I believe it was Hannah.
Both teams back onto the floor, and I believe it looks like both starting lineups right back out there to start the second half. It'll be Jackson basketball to start with a 7-point lead as Jesse Larson gives to Aaron. Cross-court pass to nobody. Palmer Wetzel tries to save it, but he can't. I'm not sure what Aaron saw over there, but maybe Wetzel was there and then left. But that's a turnover. And just giving Teton a chance here. Jackson in the 2-3 zone inside to Coons. Coons working on Barazay, and that pass intended back out for Bradley Brown, but Palmer Wetzel was standing in the way. But could not secure it, though. He knocked it out of bounds. Teton ball. Luke Nelson inbounds to Canyon Coons. His shot good, and that's the first one Coons, I think, is hit from in close there. 27-22, Palmer Wetzel with Coons on him, hands off to Larson. Aaron Larson, bounce pass inside of Barazay. Barazay has nobody to kick it out to, now hands off to Wetzel. Wetzel to Geitman. Will Geitman drives the lane, picks up a double team, his shot blocked. It was Brown and Strite, both there to block it. I'm not sure who got a piece, and now palming the ball is Bradley Brown. And that'll be an unforced error turnover. Jackson ball just underway here in the third quarter, barely a minute in. Jackson up 5, have yet to score, though, here in the second half. Aaron Larson with a pick from Palmer Wetzel gives to Jesse. Jesse working on Isaac Thomas, back to Aaron Larson. Luke Nelson on him. Larson, spin move, now hands off to Jesse. There's not much going on here. Larson's just trying to find a place to penetrate, and they cannot. But now draw the foul, and it's on Isaac Thomas, I believe.
Number 2?
Yes, it'll be his second. It's his first, sorry. Boy, the scorekeeper's slow down there.
It looks like a new one. I don't remember that.
All right. Yeah, but I've been bad too. We're both in training. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, the bookkeeper and the announcer are the same down there, but I don't know the one keeping the clock. So got to give her a little.
Yeah, I'm bad too. I've been messing up a lot of names. Bradley Brown, Teton with it now. Jackson still has not scored here in the second half. Brown kick out to Strite. Strikes 3 off the mark. But Canyon Coons comes with a rebound. Kick out to Nelson. He's short rebound and too many offensive rebounds by Teton as the putback by Brown didn't go. And finally it's out of bounds, but it'll still be Teton ball. That was 3 or 4 offensive boards.
Yeah.
And we said that Teton does that. They miss shots, but they go get them back. Luke Nelson out to Bradley Brown. He tries a long 3, too short. Jack Barazay with a rebound. Finally, Jackson gets the basketball. Up ahead to Jesse Larson. Larson back out to Isaac, or Aaron rather. Dang it.
Just say Larson.
Aaron Larson bounce pass to Barazay. Barazay floats one on the baseline, and it's no good. Rebound Teton coming the other way. Isaac Thomas rolls around, hits the deck, no call. There's a 3 from Strite. That's no good. Rebound, Jesse Larson. Does he want to run? No. He's 1 on 3, and he's going to peel it back. Aaron to a wide-open Wetzel, and he cannot finish. Palmer needs that one. Jackson can't buy a basket here in the third. There's a drive down the lane. Canyon Coon shot no good. Jay Silver wanted a foul there. He doesn't get it. But during the rebound, he might get one. Or no, they're just going to say it out of bounds. Referee's letting them go here. A lot of contact, a lot of bodies on the floor, but no calls. Luke Nelson to inbounds for Teton. Gets one to Canyon Coons. Coons drives the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebound Wetzel. Look out behind Palmer. And he gets it to Aaron Larson. Aaron launches one. Good, and that's 3. Aaron Larson. And Jackson finally gets a bucket here. I thought maybe the other basket was somehow sealed. Oh, there's a bounce pass intended for Luke Nelson. Stolen away by Luke Geitman. Jackson ball. Jesse Larson picked up by Luke Nelson. Larson bounce pass into Barazay. Kicks it back out. That's a beautiful pass. But the 3 is missed by Aaron Larson. That's exactly why Barazay is in that bumper spot, so he can kick it out. And there's a charge. Charging foul on Teton.
We'll take that.
And Noah McKinney comes in to replace Jesse Larson. The charge is on Bradley Brown, his second foul of the afternoon. Palmer Wetzel with the ball now. Jackson has it, leading by 8. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Barazay guarded by Brown. Oh, he had a shot, didn't want to take it. Now gives it to Aaron Larson. Back to Barazay. Jack to his right, moves it to Wetzel. Wetzel fakes the pass to Geitman. Now drives the lane. Good! Palmer Wetzel. The fake pass gave him just enough room, and he slipped right down the right block. Teton ball now. Isaac Thomas, his shot blocked. Up ahead for Noah McKinney. 1 on 3. McKinney has it partially blocked. No good. Here comes Strite. He walked. Yes, he did. Jake Strite with a travel. And Coach Jay Silver says, I need a timeout. I don't like how it's going. And we'll take the break as well with a timeout on the floor. Jackson 32, Teton 22, 4:02 to go in the third. And you're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Sports.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Yeah, the 10-point lead, the biggest of the afternoon for the Bronx as they lead these Timberwolves. Jackson looking for their first win of the year. T-Wolves trying to shake a 2-game losing streak as both teams back on the floor after the timeout. 4:02 to go in the third. Jackson has built the lead to 10. They have the ball. It'll be inbounds by Wetzel on that far side. Palmer backcourt to Aaron Larson. Aaron working on Hawkins, who's in the game now. He's been good off the bench for Teton. Stolen away. Teton 1-on-3 fast break. And the jam from Bradley Brown. The 6'4" junior gives his team a spark, and that got the bench pumped. Jackson needs to answer here because that's kind of a momentum changer if you don't. Wetzel inside. Lost the handle out of bounds off his foot. Boy, there is nothing like a jam to turn the tide for a team. And good job. Coach Elliott says, I'm not going to let it happen. He takes the timeout now. He's fuming over the turnover, but it was that jam that really he senses that could turn things around. He wants a timeout as well. We'll take it with a timeout on the floor. It's Teton trailing Jackson 32-24 with 3:30 to go in the third. Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake, she's Kimmy, and we're watching the boys right now with an 8-point lead over Teton, but the T-Wolves off a turnover and a big jam from Bradley Brown have suddenly maybe sparked their team. We'll see what happens. Coach Matt Elliott wanted a timeout there to sort of slow the roll of the Wolves as Brown works it near side to Luke Nelson. Thought about giving it back to him, but he didn't. Now Brown has it inside. Kick over to Coons. His shot no good. Canyon Coons, the sophomore, struggling from the floor. Palmer Wetzel up ahead to McKinney. He shovels one to Larson. Aaron Larson going to walk it back here to the Bronx emblem. Center court. Now to Barazay. Back to Aaron Larson. Larson to Barazay, off his hands, tries to save it, but cannot. And that's Jack Strite. Strite into Canyon Coons, backs his defender up. His shot, no good again. Coons will try again, no good. Rebound, Teton, 4 shots at the basket. And Bradley Brown is finally going to go to the line. That's too many offensive rebounds. And we said that's something Teton does better than many other teams in Idaho. They hit the boards, especially offensive rebounds. And Jackson watched 4 of them slip away. The call was on McKinney, his 3rd. He's in a little bit of trouble. Hawkins checks out for Teton. Luke Nelson looking to inbounds here. He does. Far side to Thomas. Isaac Thomas. Bounce pass to Coons. Good. Canyon Coons finally makes one. He'll go to the line to make it an and 3. The foul is on. Well, we got to wait for the scoreboard.
I think it's Geitman.
Canyon Coons to the line, and he's way off there. Coons a 55% free throw. Cannon just not feeling it this afternoon. He might be coming down with. He doesn't look right.
You're
on
the camera. Not me.
Jackson with the ball now, and baseline drive at Palmer. Wetzel goes left-handed, rebound no good, and a host of Teton Wolves come down with it. No call there. Strite drives the lane, up and in. Jake Strite has cut the lead to 4 now with 2:05 to go in the third. Larson to McKinney. His 3 is off the mark, no good. Rebound Teton. Bradley Brown with it now to Luke Nelson, back to Brown. Brown fakes a 3-pointer, now drives the lane. He took all kinds of steps there. I think referees want to talk it over. No, they're going to call a foul.
McKinney, that's his fourth.
Noah McKinney's fourth. Brown took a million steps, but that's because McKinney reached in and got him. Noah's got to come out now. And with 1:56 to play, Teton ball down 4. They're back in it. Nelson kicks out to Isaac Thomas. Over to Nelson. Baseline, no. Fakes it. Geitman on him. Now Bradley Brown. Brown works it inside to Thomas. Thomas puts a elbow, shoulder down into Barazay, but his layup no good. Jack Barazay pulls down the rebound. And now it's Wetzel to Larson to Geitman. Double team. Look out behind. And the foul is on Luke Nelson. Nelson was behind Geitman, stole it away, but he must have made contact. Coach Silver does not think so. Third foul on Luke Nelson. Their leading scorer in a little bit of trouble, perhaps. Geitman will inbounds for Jackson. Points have not come easy here in the third for the Bronx. Palmer Wetzel's shot is blocked. Isaac Thomas got a piece of it. Thomas now drives all by himself. Euro step, layup, no good. Palmer Wetzel with the rebound. Looks around to make sure nobody's coming up behind him. Now feeds Barazay. Barazay drives, runs right over Hawkins. And we'll wait and see what the call is. As Barazay was a bull in a china shop. Was Hawkins set? They say no. And they will call the blocking foul. It's his. Well, we don't know yet. Barazay to the line, the left-hander. Jack Barazay, his first is good. Jackson, boy, they need every point they can get now. 33-28 with 1:16 to go in the third. Barazay eyes the second of 2, and that's good.
I mean,
Jack Barazay.
He said everyone except for one from that three-point from the foul line. So.
Canyon Coos back in the game, replacing I believe Hawkins. He won't come on. Now he finally sits down. He was still out on the floor. Teton ball, just over a minute to go. They trail by 6. Bradley Brown cross court to Luke Nelson. Nelson back to Brown. Back to Nelson. Nelson looking for somebody open. There's just nothing going on. This is that stagnant half-court offense I talked about of Teton. Oh, now they found Brown wide open. Bradley Brown underneath. Nobody near him. Coach Elliott screaming at his team. How can you let that guy get that far open? Aaron Nelson with it now, working on Nelson. Aaron Larson gets it to Barazay, barely. Oh, boy. Wetzel to Larson. Jesse drives the right block, runs right into Canyon Coons, and they'll call it travel.
They called it travel. Ooh, sorry,
Coons.
Jesse.
Jesse ran right into Canyon Coons. Canyon did not have his feet set, but he also, I don't think, caused the travel, but I don't know. Luke Nelson now to Isaac Thomas. Thomas drives, picks up a double team, kicks out to Brown. Brown cross court to Nelson. Thought about it. Luke Nelson not shooting a lot for a guy who's their leading scorer. He just won't put it up. Canyon Coons says, I will. And the 6'2 sophomore pulls Teton within 2. 5 seconds to go in the third. Wetzel with it. Hands off to Larson. They got to put something up here. They do, and it's no good. Oh, what a third quarter for Teton as they erase a 7-point lead with a monster third quarter. They're only down a bucket now. 1 possession game, and we'll move to the fourth right after these. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
The fastest internet in Jackson is coming your way. For a limited time, Silver Light Fiber Network is constructing fiber internet to homes in Jackson for free. Pick between 4 internet providers and swap at any time. See if you're in Silver Light's current area and check out which neighborhood is next at silverlight-fiber.com.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Back to the action. Jackson up 34-32. Coach Elliott said this is going to come down to the wire. It always does with Teton. And it looks like prediction coming true. Jackson led by as many as 10. They've watched that whittled down to just a bucket. Jackson Bronx with the ball to start the fourth, 34-32. Jackson trying to pick up their first win of the year. Teton would like to shake a 2-game losing skid. Aaron Larson gives to Jesse. Jess to Palmer. Wetzel watched by Canyon Coons. Bounce it off of Coons, I believe. Yes. Oh boy. Palmer Wetzel will inbound here after the near giveaway. Teton's really ramped up that defense. They're a good defensive team. Very athletic ball club. Wetzel out to Aaron. Lets one fly, and that's off the front of the iron. No good. He's trying for the three and did not get it. The ball goes out of bounds. Teton. T-Wolves can tie it here, take a lead with a three as Brown works the ball up court. Inside to Canyon Coos, picks up a double team. His shot no good, but he'll draw the foul. That will be on Barazay, I believe. No. Be on Palmer Wetzel. And Coons to the line where he's a 55% free throw shooter, but he airballed his last one. That one he makes. And Teton within one, 34-33. Wetzel's first. By the way, Canyon Coons with a second of two. Good. And we are tied. 34 all, Teton ball. Or Jackson ball. Aaron Larson bounces it inside of Wetzel. Back out to Aaron. Larson looking for some kind of movement, and his bounce pass picked off momentarily, but Wetzel picks up the loose change. Down to Jesse Larson. Jesse with Luke Nelson on him, hands off to Wetzel. Look at this defense by Teton. They are just glued. And Barazay drives the layup, and he's fouled by Bradley Brown. And I like the fact that Barazay, as you pointed out, Kim, he missed his first free throw, and he's hit them all the rest. And I got a feeling he's going to be to the line a bunch the way he's not afraid to go to the hole. And he makes that. So, yeah, Jack, we need you to be a free throw shooter if that's your mode, is to go to the rack the way he does. He makes them both. Third foul on Brown, by the way. Teton ball. Jackson back up 36-34. Nice move inside by Thomas, but he can't get it to go. Jackson with a rebound. Barazay. Up ahead to Jesse Larson, back to Aaron. They settle things down. Luke Nelson on Aaron Larson. His pass intended for Geitman, but it's off the hands of Luke Nelson. Out of bounds. Jackson ball right in front of the black hole. Geitman will inbounds. Trying to get it over Jack Strite, and he can't do it. Jack Strite got a hand on it. Oh, boy. Ooh. And that's the reason Geitman is an inbounds passer, because he has the height to get over some of these taller Teton players, but he didn't get it over Jack Strite that time. Strite 6'3", and Geitman is listed at 6'4", but Strite got a piece of it. Teton ball, a chance to retake the lead for the Wolves. They trail 2. It's Brown with a 3. That's off the mark. Sorry, that was Jack Strite, but the rebound, Teton. Backside is Thomas to Brown. Inside to Strite. His shot no good, but he gets his own rebound, and now a foul. And, you know, if you've got fouls to give, I don't mind fouls here. You got to start hacking people. You cannot let Teton get this many offensive rebounds. Even if you got to start whacking Wolves, you got to do it.
I mean, that's Jack's first, so.
It is, and I go ahead and get him, because Teton's killing you on the glass.
We got to grab that ball.
It's probably the only time you'll hear me say it's okay to be whacking Wolves. Yeah, that one, the second one, no good. So it's a 1-point game. Jackson ball. Jesse Larson with it now, working on Thomas. Now hands off to Aaron Larson. His pass, Wetzel, was a scary one. And now it's poked loose. Luke Nelson with a steal. Gives it to Brown, and another jam. Bradley Brown the jam. Brown's second as he goes sky high to finish, and Teton has the lead for the first time in a while. Wetzel and Bereзе play handoff. Now it's to Aaron Larson. His pass, not a good idea. Wetzel was not open, but Bradley Brown was draped all over the back of him. He'll pick up the foul. Like Jackson's got to be more careful with the passes inside when guys are not open. Wetzel with the ball now, hands off to Jesse Larson. Larson tries to make use of the screen, back to Wetzel. Palmer working around Canyon Coons, picked up by Jack Strike, gets it into Geitman. He's double teamed, kick out, Larson blocked. Jesse Larson had that shot blocked by Luke Nilsson. And the Larson twins they'll get a lot of shots blocked on them. They really has to let it loose quickly. Both of them listed at just 5'9". Wetzel to Geitman. Will Geitman wants Wetzel to come back for it. He does. Wetzel working on Jack Strite. Now gives it to Jack Bereзе. Bereze drives the lane. Triple team. Shot. Bereze fighting for the rebound. Luke Nelson bangs it off of him. And yes. Bereze said, yeah, nice battle, Luke, as he tells him sorry. And they both bumped hard. Just over 5 minutes to go in regulation. Teton up 1. They have the ball. Brad Brown with it now. Bradley inside of Luke Nelson. Kicks out to Strite. He'll try a 3. Nobody near him. Rattles in and out. Bereze with a rebound. Reach in. Luke Nelson. He's going to get a foul. Bereze pulled down that board. Nelson just reached around his back to put a hand on it. Not well advised. For Nelson, it's his 4th. He's in a little foul trouble. Aaron Lyson hands off to Jesse. Jesse double team, gets it to Wetzel, into Bereze. Bereze tries, no. Kick out to Geitman, now to Aaron Larson. His baseline 3, no good. But Wetzel with a rebound. And that's up and in. Palmer Wetzel with the backdoor rebound and the putback. And Jackson retakes the lead. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take it. Jackson up 38-37 with 4:29 to go in regulation. You're enjoying Brock's basketball on Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Yeah, these kind of finishes really test the team. We'll find out what Jackson's made of with 4:29 left in regulation. They're trying to put this one away. Meanwhile, the visitors under the head coach Jay Silver, who was over here in Jackson just last year, are trying to get a rare road win. It's tough to get on the road and win in somebody else's building. Jackson with the ball, or Teton with the ball, down 1. It's Jack Strite, kick out to Thomas, almost lost it. Thomas drives the lane over to Coons. Coons did lose it, and it's Jack Bereze that comes up with a loose ball. Jackson with a steal, and here comes Jesse Larson. He'll slow the pace. Jackson up 1, gives to Aaron Larson. Aaron with Luke Nelson on him. Waiting for help now, over to brother Jesse. Jesse bounce pass inside of Bereze. Jack swinging the elbows around. He's got a shot. He takes it. Taps the rebound. No good. And it goes right into the hands of Isaac Thomas. Bereze had a look. I think he was surprised himself. Jack Strite puts Geitman in the air. Drives baseline. Kick out to Brown. Now a wide open Thomas. No good. And Bereze with a key rebound. He's having trouble, though, getting that out of there. And he gets a reach-in foul. Now that's going to be Luke Nelson again, I think.
No, I thought he said 11. I thought it was Coons.
Maybe Canyon Coons. Jackson ball. They caught a break there. Jackson up 1. Barazay has been the only guy who's really pulling down defensive boards. I don't see Geitman. I mean, somebody's got to work the glass there when Teton's got the ball. That pass off the hands of Barazay, but right to Geitman. Jesse Larson settles it down to Aaron. Aaron tries the lane. Nobody picks him up. His floater, no good. Kenyon Coons tried to block it.
So good.
But the floater won't go. Coons bumps hard with Jesse and can't get that shot to go. Saved by Brown. His pass tipped now out of bounds off of who? I have no idea. That was rolling everywhere. As Barazay collides with Strite, those two pick each other up.
He tried hard. Okay, went off of Barazay. He tried. He was right there,
He
man.
sure did. Just under 3 to go. Jackson up 1, but the lead precarious. Teton with it now. Kenyon Coons over Barazay. Can't get the shot to go, but Barazay picks up his second. It'll send Coons to the line. He just made 2. We'll see if he's still feeling hot.
No, I think he gave that to Palmer.
Barazay was the only guy on him.
No, he gave it to Wetzel.
Kenyon Coons shot. No good off the front of the rim. Still 1-point lead. Coons could tie it here. Kenyon Coons, the sophomore. That Coons name everybody knows over there in Teton. He makes that one. We are tied. Timeout. Teton. Jay Silver wants to talk things over. Deadlocked at 38. With the time on the floor, we'll take the timeout as well. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Back on the floor, knotted at 38, Teton Jackson. It's been close, back and forth all game long. Jackson enjoyed the biggest lead of the afternoon, a 10-point lead, but it's been chipped away, and now it's back to a back and forth kind of contest as we look in on Matt Elliott. Coach has got the whiteboard out, trying to work over some things.
Oh, 3 minutes.
Both teams, man, we knew it'd be evenly matched, but this is as even as it gets. Down to the final 3 minutes. 38 all. It'll be Jackson basketball when we come back, and here we are back. It's Palmer Wetzel over the timeline. Wetzel, no, he doesn't hand off. Keeps it now to Aaron Larson. Aaron on Luke Nelson. Back out to Jesse. Jesse will hand off to Jack Barazay with Coons on him. Barazay drives the lane. Kick out. Open for a moment. Now Larson will fire. That's too short. Jesse, too short. Rebound Coons, and now a foul on Jesse Larson. I think he was upset over missing the shot. Did a nice job to put his defender in the air and then floated when it was just well short. And he's going to come out now with his second foul, replaced by Noah McKinney, who gave Jackson a spark in the first half. Teton with the ball, 2:25. Coons. Oh, he thought about a pass to Nelson, but Geitman saw it coming. Now he gets it to Nelson. Luke Nelson, Will Geitman on him. Hands off to Coons. Coons puts Geitman in the air. His pass intended for Luke Nelson, knocked out of bounds by Noah McKinney. McKinney been so quick. Boy, he has really looked good for Coach Elliott. It'll be Teton ball. Luke Nelson to inbounds. Wide open, Jack Strite. He didn't take the shot. Feeds Thomas, who gives it to Strite again. Strite in the lane. He'll go ahead and take an 8-footer. No good. But the rebound tapped from Coons to Strite. It'll be Teton ball. Brown to Nelson. Nelson back to Bradley Brown. Inside to Strite. He just missed this shot moments ago. He'll try it again, and he gets it. Well, if at first you don't succeed, and it's a Teton lead, 40-38. Don't look now, but we're down to the last 90 seconds in this one. Aaron Larson with it. Hands off to Geitman. Will Geitman back to Aaron Larson. Aaron walks it out to the top of the key, way out to the Jackson bucking Bronc emblem. Jay Silver wanted a double dribble. Cross-court pass to Noah McKinney. Feeds Barazay wide open to the baseline, but Barazay will kick it back out to Aaron Larson. Jackson down 2, but playing like they wanted the last shot here. Pass for Barazay off the mark and stolen by Coons, but Jackson catches a break. And right now the Broncs are not doing anything in the half-court offense. There's just nothing there, and credit Teton's defense. Inbounds pass to Aaron Larson to McKinney. Now Wetzel. Coons on him. Palmer tries him, but nothing there. Aaron Larson over to Barazay. All perimeter stuff now. That pass was kicked out of bounds by Bradley Brown. Jackson ball. There's nobody trying to get inside right now for Jackson, and Teton's not letting anyone inside anyway. We're down to 49 seconds. Jackson down 2. Barazay holds the ball up over his head.
Oh, gosh.
Now he's going to dribble down the left block, kick it over to Wetzel. Wetzel drives the lane. His shot. Good! Palmer Wetzel with an impossible scoop shot in the lane. Unbelievable. It's Jack Strite with it now for Teton. Kick out to Coons, long 3, no good, but Teton, no. Barazay scrambles to the rebound. Jackson down 2. That shot is blocked. I have it tied. Wait a minute.
I think it's tied.
It's tied. Yeah,
it's tied.
It should be tied. Sorry. 40-40.
It's 40-40. It's tied.
Yes, that. Palmer Wetzel shot tied it, of course. Jackson ball, 26 seconds. And they have a tie game. Jackson going to play for the last shot. We'll see. Geitman will inbounds. Gets it to Aaron Larson. Aaron with it. Trying to kill clock here. Jackson going to play for a last shot. Aaron Larson drives the lane. Nobody picks him up. He's running a floater. No good. Here comes Canyon Coons for Teton, and they'll play for a last shot. Timeout, Coach Silver. Oh, that missed layup. It gives Teton a chance to end it with 12 and a half seconds. We get a timeout on the floor, tied at 40 as Teton with the ball, and they'll talk over strategy. We'll be back with an exciting finish right after this from the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Broncs, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Yeah, we're peeking in on Coach Elliott and the Jackson Bronc bench, going over a little strategy here. They got to play some defense. I mean, the one good thing is Teton does not shoot well. There's not one particular shooter you really need to identify.
But Jackson's going to have to get that first
They need
rebound.
the rebound. They've got to get a rebound if there is one. 12.4 seconds. And both teams back out on the floor. This will be an exciting finish. We're deadlocked at 40. Getting close to sudden death here. Ball inbounds from Isaac Thomas. He'll be watched by Noah McKinney. Now Coach Elliott says, get off him, give him some room. And the inbounds pass to Luke Nelson. Luke with the ball now for Teton. Takes an eye at the clock. Aaron Larson watching him. Luke Nelson gets it to Canyon Coons. 3 is no good. Barazay with a rebound, and we're going to overtime.
Not going to expect anything less.
Canyon Coons, I'm surprised Coach Silver put it in the hands of Coons, who, to me, the sophomore has not looked himself. But that's the guy they chose to try to end it. Canyon Coons is averaging 8 points a season. Tonight, though, this afternoon, Canyon just hasn't looked really money. And that's the guy they wanted the ball in the hands of, and he came up short with a three-pointer, so we'll go to an extra bonus hockey.
Bonus hockey. This is basketball. Sorry.
4 minutes I'm going to put period 5. We all know what that means, though. It's overtime.
Oh, you don't have because it's only numbers. That'd be great if you could put OT.
I know. For the first time to put OT on that thing. How do you like my flashy new scoreboard, by the way? Come on.
I'm still not for sure I'm liking that it's blue and red.
Okay.
I don't know if I like the red down there. Can we do orange on the blue at least?
The Big O scoreboard. Big O reminds you that they have their brand name Big O tires, but also some of the top brand names, whatever you're looking for. Get your snow tires out now. Hurry up. Go book it. Big O tires in the Came Apart Plaza, now known as the Target Plaza. 40-40. Foul trouble, yes. There are a few players that could be in trouble here, but be interesting to see who rises to the occasion right now. That Palmer Wetzel underhanded scoop shot was unbelievable. I mean, there's the probability that shot goes in is like single digits. There was no way that should have went in, and it did. And that was the game tire. Unbelievable. Yeah, they'll do a tap here in overtime, so it'll be a tip. Will Geitman will take it. He'll square off against Bradley Brown. It's a matchup of two 6'4" players. And we'll see which 6'4" wins out here. Geitman, Brown. It'll be Brown who wins the tap, gets it to Jack Strite. Teton with the ball, just under 4 to go. We're in overtime, tied at 40. Strite to Brown. Bradley Brown. Cross court looking for Nelson. Nelson looks inside. There's nothing open. Cross court to Thomas. Thomas drives. Barazay picks him up. Now Luke Nelson gets it to Bradley Brown. He'll drive the lane. His shot no good. Barazay contested, but the rebound goes to Teton. Banging around. And it's Bradley Brown with the board and the putback. And offensive rebounds for the T-Wolves have been Jackson's nemesis. Palmer Wetzel with the ball now for Jackson, trying to answer. Wetzel drives the right lane. His shot no good. Good defense by Teton. And the T-Wolves have the ball and the lead. It's Luke Nelson. They're going to slow the pace here, I would imagine, as Coach Silver barks out instructions. In the corner is Brown. Works it to Strite, back to Brown, back to Strite. Safe passes around the perimeter right now. They don't want to do anything risky with the lead. No shot clock in Wyoming High School basketball. Inside, Isaac Thomas lost the handle. And a jump ball. That's a break for Jackson. Barazay could have been whistled for the foul. Jump ball, and the arrow favors the Bronx. We'll take it. Jackson down 2, 42-42, 43 to go in OT. Larson with it. That's Aaron across the line. Picked up by Luke Nelson. Bounce pass to Barazay. Barazay hands off to McKinney. McKinney finds Wetzel inside. Triple team. Wetzel puts it up. No good, but he gets fouled. It was Canyon Coons, I think, who got a piece. Good idea by Wetzel. No, that's going to be Isaac Thomas. I continue my ability to not be able to identify a fouler. I did that all last year and the year before. I never know who makes the foul.
No comment.
Wetzel rims one in and out. Jackson needs these, but it's no good. Wetzel with his second now. 42-40, Jackson down 2. Now they're down 1. No, that won't go either, but the rebound, Will Geitman gets it to Wetzel. His shot is blocked by Jack Strite. And it's Teton ball. Wetzel had a chance to tie, but Strite with a big block. And Luke Nelson has it now. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in OT. Luke Nelson hands off to Strite. He'll try a wide open 3. Nobody near him, but it's short. And Barazay with a big board. Here comes Aaron Larson. Somebody got to make a shot here. Will Geitman back out to Aaron. Aaron Larson. Bounce pass to Wetzel. Wants a give and go, but Wetzel finds Geitman in the lane. His shot is blocked by Bradley Brown. Brown out-jumped him to start the OT, and he out-jumped him there as Bradley Brown with a big rejection on Will Geitman, who was driving the lane for the tying shot, couldn't get it. And a timeout. Jay Silver will stay here as we take a look at the Teton bench, see what they got cooking up. Under Coach Jay Silver, they lead 42-40, and they will have the basketball. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Coach Matt Elliott has got to be starting to think about when do you foul, do you foul, because you got to start sending Teton to the line here soon if you want to get back in this. Jackson just cannot hit shots here in the late going. .144 to go in overtime. Both teams back out on the floor. Teton Timberwolves will have the basketball and a 2-point lead. Jackson got to be looking to play tight defense here. They need a turnover. I mean, even if you're on the verge of fouling, if you only have 2 fouls or less, you should be playing very aggressive here. Go ahead and start making contact. You got 4 fouls. You can send Teton to the line here pretty soon. As Luke Nelson with the ball poking in there as Wetzel. That's not the guy I want committing the foul, though. Luke Nelson, how did he get away? He just did that all by himself, weaved through the entire Jackson team. Noah McKinney with it now for Jackson. Down 4, bounce pass for Barazay, and it goes through his hands out of bounds. Ooh. Oh, no. Now with 1:18, Jackson down 4. They apply some full court pressure here. We'll see if it works. Isaac Thomas with Noah McKinney on him. Now the double team trap, but he gets rid of it. Kuntz to Jack Strite. His shot no good. Good defense by Aaron Larson. And Barazay with the board up ahead to Larson. His 3 is off the mark. No. Rebound Strite. Now a scramble for it out of bounds, and I don't know who that went off of. Oh, they're going to say Jackson ball off of Strite last. Okay. 1:06, Jackson down 4. They got to hurry and get points. Meanwhile, tying the shoe slow to get up is Jack Strite. Now he's up. Jake Strite. Damn it.
That's your name.
I know. Geitman. Will Geitman will inbounds. Looking. Nobody open. Now he finds Aaron Larson. His 3. Good! Aaron Larson pulls Jackson within 1, and a timeout by Coach Elliott. With a timeout on the floor will go as well. Teton 44, Jackson 43, exactly 1 minute to play. We'll be back with the exciting finish in overtime on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
For Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
We're in overtime. Jackson with a big 3 from Larson have closed the 4-point gap to 1. It's 44-43, 60 seconds to go. Teton has the ball now. If Teton shows that they're in no hurry to shoot, Jackson's got to be thinking about when do you commit the foul. If I'm the T-Wolves, the way they shoot it, which is not great, I don't think they're going to be in a hurry to shoot it. So again, if you're Jackson, you go halfway. You don't foul, but you play very aggressive defense to the point of, hitting somebody here. You got to be really strong on D. Luke Nelson with the ball now for Teton.
Get off the bench.
Bradley Brown.
Get off the bench.
Bradley Brown with it. And his shot is good. It's 46-43 Teton. And Coach Silver says, what kind of timeouts I got left? He'll take a short one. We'll stay here 41.8 seconds. Teton with that shot made now has it back to a 3-point game. A 3-point would tie it. But do you have an identifiable three-point shooter if you're Coach Elliott? Larson just hit one. But he's been kind of hit and miss.
Say him or Noah?
46-43. Teton with a lead as we come back to the action. Jackson ball, Palmer, Wetzel. Teton applying a little full court pressure here. Wetzel into McKinney, back to Wetzel. Wetzel to Aaron Larson. Aaron brings it over the timeline, picked up by Coons. Bounce pass to Barazay. Barazay hands off to McKinney. 30 seconds now. McKinney to Aaron Larson. Thought about a step back three to Barazay. Can't get loose. Drives baseline. Kick out McKinney. Over to Geitman. Somebody's got to shoot. Larson fires and it's no good. Rebound Teton. You got a foul now. And there it is by Aaron Larson, I think, committed the foul. That three-point shot from Aaron Larson was just well short, and with 12.9 seconds, Teton goes to the line and they lead 3. Luke Nelson, not the guy you want to foul, 69% free throw shooter, leads the team in that category as he looks to put up one, and it's good. 47-43, a 4-point game, and now a 2-possession game. Nelson's second is good as well, and Jackson's got to get a bucket here quickly.
Silver calls a full timeout.
Timeout on the floor, 12.5 seconds. Teton called it, and they'll go with a long one. We'll take a break as well with this break of the action. 12.5 seconds left in OT. Teton 48, Jackson 43. Come right back with a finish on on Jackson Hole Radio Sports.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Both teams back on the floor after the timeout. It's Teton enjoying a 5-point lead here with 12.5 seconds. Jackson's got to do something in an awful hurry as Wetzel has it now over the line, and immediate timeout as Coach Elliott wants to set up the half-court offense. That took over 2 seconds to get the ball there. 10 seconds, 10.1 to be exact. And a 5-point Teton lead as Coach Elliott talks over strategy. I thought the referees have called a good game, just for some random comment I'll make. I thought the refs called a real good game. Letting them play a little bit, making good calls. These 3 refs I like. I wouldn't mind seeing them back.
Yeah, I like them. I've seen them before, at least 2 of them.
Well, Teton, 5-point. This is going to be tough to overcome. You're going to need a quick 3 or a 2, whatever it is. It's got to be quick. Down 5, and then you're going to have to foul or look for a steal. McKinney will inbounds for Jackson. We'll see if they got a set play here as he finds Aaron Larson. Back to McKinney inside of Wetzel. Oh, what does that call?
On the line.
On the line? What does that mean?
He was out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds.
On the line. He was on the line.
So the turnover is going to give Teton the ball, and they're going to milk the last 3 seconds. Yeah, it's over. So Jackson cannot secure the win. They led it by as many as 10, but this back-and-forth game in overtime is going to end with a Teton victory, 48-43. We'll be back to wrap this one up after this quick word in 30 seconds. As you enjoy Bronx basketball on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
The fastest internet in Jackson is coming your way. For For a limited time, Silver Light Fiber Network is constructing fiber internet to homes in Jackson for free. Pick between 4 internet providers and swap at any time. See if you're in Silver Light's current area and check out which neighborhood is next at silverlight-fiber.com.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Well, darn, a tough break for the Jackson Bronx. They played well enough to win, but they could not seal the deal. And credit the Teton Timberwolves for playing a good road game. They'll win the first of a home-and-home series. We'll see if Jackson can return the favor when they travel to Driggs. That won't be till the new year as we take a break now from basketball for the holidays. We got final game stats and players of the game to choose. This one a final once again. Teton 48, Jackson 43. Kimmy K, who you got player of the game for the Teton Timberwolves? Give me some stats for the T-Wolves if you got scores, and we'll pick a player of the game.
All right, you got me on. All right, let's see. Well, it's easier to go down the line. Nelson, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. Brown, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points. Who's this? Oh, Coons had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points. And Street had 8 points.
All right. I'm going to go with Bradley Brown, the 6'4 junior, as my pick for MVP at Teton. He was explosive. What do you like over there on the Teton?
I would say Brown or Nelson.
Yeah.
So Brown was on mine for sure. Thomas, not too bad either. I mean, he didn't score anything, but he played tough defense out there and other things. He did some other things.
By my count, I mean, credit the conditioning of these T-Wolves. We knew they were all athletes coming in, but I believe Coach Silver played just 6 players. I didn't see Burke Nelson out there, so that means it was the 5 starters and Bridger Hawkins off the bench. That was it. We didn't see anybody else. 6 players playing that game in overtime, an extra round. So that's impressive, the conditioning for Teton. Who do you like on Jackson's side of things? What did the scoring look like?
Well, I believe McKinney had 11. Wetzel had 10. We have Aaron Larson with 9. Barazay with 8. And then I believe it was Geitman with 4. And Jesse had 2.
All right, I'm going with not just because he was the leading scorer, but because of his defense as well. Off the bench, Noah McKinney, for me, was the best player on the court for Jackson tonight, with a close second being Palmer Wetzel.
Oh, see, mine is McKinney with Barazay being a close second.
All right.
He hit everything but one shot on that line, and he played really good defense. So we sometimes don't look at the guys that aren't playing defense, and I'm going to say. So McKinney and Barazay get my vote.
Yeah, really good point, because it was Barazay's job, him and Geitman, to try to pull down boards, because that's where Jackson really got beat tonight. They just were horrendous on what would be their defensive boards, Teton's offense. Teton had 2nd, 3rd, 4th looks at the ball.
Oh, yeah.
They just got beat on the glass too often, but Teton's been doing that to everybody. Jackson has to get better rebounding, and we knew it would be a challenge in this one.
Yep, when we meet him again, that's where we got to know where to go, because we can't give him that many looks at the basket.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
All right, well, that'll wrap things up for us. Let me get where's my game ending? Yeah, that one sounds good. That'll wrap it up for us here in Jackson. We're not on the air again until after the holiday break. Now, I know over the holidays, Jackson plays in that Idaho Falls tournament. We're not going to be live streaming that. We'll catch back up with you, in fact, when we see these same two teams do it again over on the Teton Valley side of things. So we'll see you then in the new year. For now, though, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a safe New Year's. We'll see you in 2025 with more Bronx basketball. With the loss, Jackson falls to 0-3. With the win, the Teton Timberwolves move to 4-2. From Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium, on behalf of Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols along with Kimmy K. And have yourselves a great weekend and a great Christmas.